Friday Night Football greetings on the most comfortable weather night for the second game of the season that I can ever remember. It is 72 degrees. It is San Diego weather tonight at the Palace. Absolutely. Tonight it's the home opener as the Benton Panthers host the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats right here at the Palace. The Panthers have won 14 consecutive regular season home games and look to push that to 15 with their first win of the 2024 season. Like the Panthers, the Charging Wildcats come in tonight's game 0-1 after they were blanked 2 weeks ago at home by Rogers 43-0. The Panthers showed a lot of promise in the Salt Bowl and plan on notching win number 1 in the win column tonight. I'm Jim Gardner, joined tonight by Terry Benham. Henry Hicks is going to be with us again tonight. Rob Pepper is roaming the sidelines. And Dio Vanucci, who had the funniest, most memorable comment, I think, in Benton Football Network history when you called a penalty on Kaysen for illegal use of tuba at the Salt Bowl.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, so we may dust that off a little bit tonight. Panther Football on the Benton Football Network is produced by M&M Productions and presented by Everett Buick GMC. Tonight's game sponsor is Pasta J's, who fed the team this afternoon. Appreciate Leanne and her crew for providing the team meal today, and Pasta J's being recognized on the video board and throughout our broadcast this evening. Also sponsoring Benton Panther football broadcast this year are Lost Pizza, CTS Industrial Services, Merchants and Farmers Bank, Jones Heating and Air, True Gentleman and True Boutique, Neo Home Lending, Hamilton Family Dentistry, Edward Jones Agent Caitlin King, Westside Wellness, Northside Church of Christ, Black Corley Owens and Hughes, the City of Benton, Truman Ball Real Estate, Solux Aesthetics, Elliott Electrical, Congo Fireplace and Patio, Allied Glass, ACDI, First Security Bank, Riverside Grocery, and Central Arkansas Inflatables. And how good is it to be home, Dio?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, War Memorial is one of those places that sometimes it's fun to go there, but it's always good to be at the Palace.
No doubt.
Always.
Terry, you couldn't have a more picture-perfect night for the home opener.
Man, this is football weather. This is the kind of weather where you walk outside and you feel the sunshine and the weather's good and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
It's Friday night, it's football time.
The remnant of the rain from Hurricane Francine that dumped all over the junior high game last night has vacated. It is a partly cloudy sky, the sun shining brilliantly back in the west behind us, and just a beautiful night for football. Let's go back to the Salt Bowl for a moment. Panthers did come up on the short end of a 52-42 game, but I think we left the Salt Bowl more encouraged than we have in recent years.
Well, especially what we saw out of Bryant the next week with what they did. It was kind of a well, now wait a minute here. You know, at first we weren't sure if is this a down Bryant team and maybe, you know, Benton just looks better than they are. And then the next week Bryant goes to, is it Missouri? Or
yeah.
Missouri. And, you know, dominates a good team. And so then it's kind of like, well, now, hey, wait a minute here. Benton may be onto something.
Yeah, and Morgan Garrett was watching that game. She said the Christian Brothers broadcasters were giving the Benton Panthers a lot of love because Bryant jumped on them 28-0 in the first quarter. That's a perennial power in Missouri.
Boy, it is, and there's a lot of tradition and history there, and to come in and kind of dominate them the way that they did really said a little bit about the skill level for the Benton Panthers, because as you look back at that Salt Bowl, golly, boy, we had so many drives that ended poorly, and we still only lost that game by 10 points, scored 42 points after turning the ball over 7 times, Jim. You never hear of stuff like that.
Yeah, and there were some superlative standouts in that Salt Bowl. we're going to lead with the defense, and you think, well, they gave up 52 points. Yeah, but they were put in some tough spots all night long. Walter Hicks, 20 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. And then you got the other double-digit tacklers. JTP with 16, Isaac Hill 14, Landon Jackson with 11. Dio, you're our defensive guru. What stood out to you from the defensive guys?
I'm going to tell you right now, until the second half, Bryant really wasn't able to take too much advantage of our defensive secondary. Now, they started kind of picking and choosing and realizing that we may have had some weak spots. So, really, my takeaway was, from a defensive standpoint, they played 3 quarters really, really solid. I mean, our defense put us in a position to win that game. But we've still got some weak spots in the defensive secondary. No offense to those guys. I mean, there's a lot of young faces in there. They didn't get a ton of experience. I think, Payne saw a little bit of time back there last year. Obviously, JTP, but Jay Thomas doesn't really play the pass too much. So hopefully they've worked through some of that, because usually it's after that first game where you get the most improvement, because you really kind of see what the game actually feels like.
Terry, on the offensive side, Drew Davis threw for 335 yards and 5 touchdowns. Maddox Davis, his favorite target, 11 catches, 113 yards, and 3 of those scores. And Luther Tucker, in his Benton Panther debut, fine night rushing and receiving.
Yeah, it was really a great night by a lot. And Will Carter had 99 yards receiving in that game. And Drew had a tough night with the 4 interceptions, but he also had a spectacular night with 335 yards and 5 touchdowns against probably the best defensive secondary that he's going to see this year. And so, I came away very enthused about the Panther offense. Luther Tucker, in his first game, move in from Little Rock, starting for us at running back last week, and he showed himself to be a dual threat. 54 yards on the ground, 41 from receiving, and a touchdown in both. And so I thought it was a really good performance by the Panther offense, given that they had so many miscues on the turnovers. And then finally, how about Gary Honeycutt? 6 for 6 on the PATs and 4 for 6 kickoffs for touchbacks.
Mm-hmm. A weapon that the senior is with that big leg, and we hope he has to put it on ice tonight from kicking off and kicking extra points so much. Tonight, North Little Rock and Benton meet for the 26th time all-time. And that's a little deceiving, because Benton against North Little Rock High School is actually 4-11-1 overall. But when you pull in the series with North Little Rock Northeast and North Little Rock Old Main, and some people may not even know that there was a North Little Rock Jones High School from the segregation era that folded in 1970. Panthers used to play North Little Rock Jones as well. So we're going to lump them all together, and North Little Rock leads the series 14-10-1. These two teams have not played since the 1997 first-round playoffs, when Dwight Fight's Panthers fell 13-10 to North Little Rock in that playoff game. So dusting off an old rivalry tonight, as Benton and the Chargers from Northeast and the Wildcats from Old Main have combined to be the Charging Wildcats, and we're going to get our first look at them in a long time tonight. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, you'll hear Brad Harris's thoughts on the game tonight on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show.
Hey, this is Miranda Kirkendall, and I'm the owner of Solux Aesthetics. We're a med spa right here in the heart of downtown Benton. We pride ourselves on having advanced aesthetic injectors, a certified licensed esthetician, and we promise you the most comfortable and fun environment in town. Our address is 149 South Market Street. Our phone number is 501-249-4177, or you can check us out on our website at www.soluxar.com, or you can check us out on our social media sites on Facebook and Instagram.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, auto glass repair and replacement, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Panther fans, this is Jim Gardner. You probably recognize my voice from watching Benton football, but there is something I love more than talking about the Panthers, and that is sharing the love of Jesus Christ. I'd like to invite you to worship with us on Sunday at 10 a.m. at Northside Church of Christ, located next door to Saline Memorial Hospital. I want to share with you about the God who knows all about you and loves you anyway. For more information, go to northsidecfc.info.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show, joined by Coach Brad Harris. And Coach, it's good to have the home opener tonight.
It is. It's good to be back after a week off and everything, but good to be at home. So I always look forward to that first ball game at home, and guys are pumped about being able to play in front of the home crowd tonight.
So what did you accomplish during the week off?
Well, every year, Jim, we feel like playing Bryant, they always let us know kind of things that we need to know, what we need to work on, and that's what we tried to focus on ourselves a little bit this year. Last year we took a little bit of a different approach because it was conference. And we started getting to work on Sylvan Hills the past 2 years, But this year, since it's a non-conference, we really focused on us and tried to play us versus us and try to get a lot of quality reps and team, just our offense versus our defense, and get some young guys, some guys that are those fringe guys still, try to get them a lot of quality reps against some of our better personnel, and hopefully develop a little bit more depth and everything, And one of the big things coming out of Salt Bowl was definitely, taking care of the football, and that was a huge emphasis. Everything that we did was ball security drills and really trying to make sure we make good decisions with the football and everything. So defensively, I didn't think that we played a bad game, but we tackled decent, but we got to make some plays on balls in the air. So we worked on, high point in the ball. We worked on some things that we didn't, execute real well against Salt Bowl.
I know you and Coach Reed from North Little Rock share a friendship. What are we going to see with this charging Wildcat team tonight?
Well, I actually talked to Coach Reed last night during the junior high game, and he's not liking some of the things that he sees out of his team and everything. They had to put a rough week and everything. They've lost a lot of kids, and that's what he's kind of discouraged about. They've had a lot of kids that have left their district and gone to other places to play. So I don't know that you're going to see the same North Little Rock team that we saw several years ago with, competing for a 7A state championship. But, he's going to get in there and he's going to coach those kids hard, and we know that. And they always have some talent. When you watch film, you can see they've got some talented kids. They just don't have the depth, probably the quality depth that they've had in the past for a 7A school. They've got a couple of defensive linemen that really get after it. Offensively, they've got a receiver that's very talented. He could probably go play for anybody in the state and everything. But, I know they're going to come in here. They're 0-1. They got beat by Rogers 43-0. And I know they're trying to score their first touchdown. They're trying to get a win just like we are. We're both 0-1, and they were off last week, and they got to heal up a little bit. And I'm sure they worked on a lot of things just like we did. And we may see a little bit of a different Wildcat team, But I know our guys are going to be ready to play, and it's going to be a good ball game, I think.
So two teams looking for that first win of the season. What do you see as the keys offensively and defensively for a Panther win tonight?
Well, I think what we talked about earlier, offensively, we've got to take care of the ball better than we did. Last year we only had 7 turnovers all year, and then in game 1 of this season we've got 7. So that's always a huge key, and something we really emphasize a lot. But do we take that step? Do we make the corrections that we needed to with ball security and stuff? And then defensively, I think we got to limit that big play because they're capable. They've got a quarterback that's got a big arm that can get it down the field, and that receiver, the Wilkins kid, he can play. He's a really good player, and we just can't let him out-athlete us over the top and make some plays like what happened in the Bryant game. We gave up a couple of deep balls there in the fourth quarter that ended up being the difference in the game. We just got to be a little bit better on the back end of our pass defense. They're not quite as complex with a lot of their formations and things, what we've seen, but they do like to throw the football out of it. So, I think one of the big keys is do we defend the pass well tonight?
Coming out of the Bryant game, traditionally, we're pretty banged up. How are we this year health-wise?
We're not bad, Jim. We've had a week off, got to heal up a little bit. Elias Payne is a little bit slowed with the ankle injury. He was slow going into the Salt Bowl, but he seems to be about the same place he was going into the Bryant game. Cordell Payne left the first half with some rib injuries. He's going to be fine. Other than that, I think, most of our starters that we got, we battled are in good shape, but we battled a little bit of sickness over the last week. We've had several kids in and out with just the stomach bug or whatever it is that they've had going around, and we've had several in and out. Some starters that missed a couple of days of practice, either bye week or this week. So hopefully we can hold up, and hopefully they've been trying to take care of their body since they did get well, and be ready to go tonight. But injury wise, I think we're in good shape.
Awesome. Won 14 in a row here in the Palace in the regular season, so let's make it 15.
Let's do it.
Get that big win number 1 in the 2024 season. Good luck, Coach. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Terry and Dio will rejoin me on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Welcome back to the Palace. As we look at the matchups tonight, the Benton offense against the North Little Rock defense. Terry, Benton scored 42 in the opener. North Little Rock gave up 43. So anticipating a big night for the Benton offense.
Yeah, for the Panthers, it's always about starting fast. And this team, the entire season last year, averaged 36 points in the first half. And that's where we have a lot of success. Obviously won 10 games last year. That's going to be important tonight. And, showing the offensive firepower versus Bryant, but we had turnovers, Dio. And so that's going to be really key tonight is making sure that we take care of the ball. Sophomore T.J. Williams starts tonight at running back. First, he gets his first start. Benton offensive line has got about a 40-pound advantage over the defensive line of Northeast. Let's see, I already did it, Jim. Of North Little Rock, and so I look for that offense to really be explosive tonight in the vertical passing game, but also catching TJ out of the backfield in big numbers tonight.
On the other side of the ball, the Benton defense yielded 52, but again, they were put in some really bad spots in that Salt Bowl, while North Little Rock, while operating out of a spread, was shut out in their opener, Dio.
Well, and yeah, statistically, Benton is not going to look good after game number 1 because game number 1 is against, one of the best teams in the state over the last several years. So it's really kind of an anomaly. You look up, they gave up 250 yards rushing, 287 yards through the air. but look at the opponent. So tonight is going to be a really good example of a little bit more what we expect to see from this defense throughout conference play. North Little Rock, not the North Little Rock that we remember from several years ago that, was consistently playing in the state championship, was, week in, week out, always had, 5-star prospects playing for them. This is not that North Little Rock team. Still some good athletes here, but the Benton defense should really show out. We may be paying for a pizza party after tonight.
There you go. North Little Rock had their worst season since 2007 last year, graduated 20 seniors, and had 18 transfers out. So they have taken a massive hit to the roster through the attrition of what has become the modern-day transfer portal in high school.
It's crazy.
And I don't know that any school has suffered more than North Little Rock. This week in Benton Panther sports, the JV won a thriller at Searcy on Monday, 44-40. In 7th grade football, the A team defeated Searcy 14-8, and the B team lost 20-0. The 7th graders will play Bethel at Bryant on Monday. A game kicks off at 5, B game at 6, and I can't wait to watch what I have heard is a very good group of 7th graders. In 8th grade football last night, in the rain, the Panthers defeated Valonia 42-32, and then the freshmen just really put a beating on Valonia 42-6 in the nightcap. Coach Shoup's volleyballers with a 3-0 sweep of El Dorado and Texarkana this week. They are a perfect 6-0, 2-0 in conference, and they've only had one of the 6 matches that didn't go 3-0.
Coach Shoup just doing what she do.
Reloading.
She just does what she does, doesn't she?
Yeah, that was the Battle of B-Town where the Lady Panthers defeated the Lady Hornets 3-2. We'll have a little more volleyball for you at halftime this evening. Last week in the 6A East, I think we all stayed home on the bye week and watched Marion and Harding Academy. Marion going to be a tough test in Week 10. Harding Academy is where we go next week. And Marion really thumped Harding last week, Terry, especially in that second half. It was reminiscent of many a Salt Bowl.
Well, Harding Academy is a really good football team, and they're very fundamental. But when you're playing the 6A, you've got to have depth, and that's the one thing that they didn't have. And it was very remnant of the Salt Bowl in that it was a good game until the fourth quarter, and then the depth chart just took over. And Marion has so many athletes that if they get into open space, they're a lot of trouble. And so, but it was a good game to watch and a good game to learn about our future opponents.
El Dorado defeated Camden Fairview 35-34. Joe T. Robinson beat Jonesboro 25-17. Lakeside defeated Sheridan 56-27. Dio, I know you had an eye on that one.
Yeah, I did have an eye on that one, and when I saw it, they had a little rain delay, so I thought, well, maybe that threw some things off. And then I watched the Rogers Sheridan game last night, and I think Sheridan got a little bit of a reality check after that Whitehall victory, and maybe found out, it's not all scheme. It takes execution of that scheme to be successful with it. So they'll improve, I'm sure.
Bologna beat Sylvan Hills 31-12. Poor Sylvan Hills has lost 12 in a row, and they are going to be up at Russellville tonight. This week in the 6A East, got started last night with Rogers defeating Sheridan 43-7 down there in Grant County. Sheridan gave up 8 quarterback sacks in that ball game. Rogers just relentless in the pressure. Marion goes to Conway tonight. That's a step up in competition for the Patriots. Texarkana's at El Dorado, and that is a good old South Arkansas rivalry renewed right there.
It is.
So Razorbacks and Wildcats play. Sylvan Hills is at Russellville. Valley View at West Memphis. Jonesboro is at DeSoto, Mississippi, and Catholic goes to the Star tomorrow night to play Nolan Catholic of the Metroplex in the Cowboys training facility at Frisco.
Yeah, that'll be neat.
Yeah, so
don't always get to do something like that when you're a high school football player.
Yeah, memorable night for the Rockets tomorrow night. Last week in Saline County, we referenced the Big Bryant win up in St. Louis as they defeated Christian Brothers 42-21 in a game never in doubt. Bauxite, after a impressive season-opening win over Glen Rose, went down to Monticello, and the Billies knocked off Bauxite 42-20. And Jason Kelly is just now getting over the tear shed over Malvern defeating his Beavers 34-28 last week. Tonight in Saline County, man, a lot of eyes in the state are on War Memorial Stadium tonight, D.O. Bryan at Little Rock Parkview in the game of the night.
Well, that's again, kind of like last year, that became the game of the year. And then, I think tonight's going to be a lot of the same thing. Parkview, once again, is one of those loaded teams. Bryant looking to shake off kind of a not what they expected against Benton. They did that last week, but I can't wait for the score updates that we're going to get throughout the night.
From Morgan Garrett, she's going to keep us updated. The Magnolia Panthers are at the pit to take on the Bauxite Miners. Rising is at Harmony Grove tonight, and Bismarck is at Glen Rose. It is time for our Westside Wellness Picks to Click. Westside Wellness, located next door to Westside Pharmacy on South Street. It's Benton's fast, easy medical wellness clinic, offering more than flu shots and vaccinations. They work with each client, from high-performing athletes to hardworking parents, to meet your health and wellness goals, including weight loss, vitamin injections, and immune boosters. Westside Wellness, helping you take your best shot at life. Check them out at westsidewellnessclinic.com. And as we go into the picks to click tonight, Terry, we are going to start with you.
Well, my picks to click tonight are T.J. Williams and Ty Matea. T.J. on the offense, getting his first start tonight, a very talented sophomore, and the coaches are really, really high on him. And then Ty Matea, experienced, disciplined D.O., and a real quiet leader on that defense.
Yeah, Matea played really, really well. I mean, you can tell the experience that he's gotten in the past couple of years is really showing up this year. And so I think you're right. He should have a big night. He was almost my pick to click, and then at the last minute I changed my mind to Jay Thomas because Jay Thomas, was the second leading tackler last week. He's a kid that just has a nose for the ball. He always tends to be where the ball is, so you're going to get a lot of play out of him. And then on offense, I went with Drew Davis's favorite target from week one, Maddox Davis, hoping for a little bit of that Davis to Davis, the Davis squared connection.
Yep.
But Maddox is just a trustworthy receiver in Drew's eyes, and so, you kind of got to go with it.
And before we go down to Rob, I want you to stay riveted to the Panther run out tonight, a very special run out, as they're going to unveil a new flag that's going to travel with them throughout the season. Rob Pepper, as we go down to you for your pick to click.
Yep, the sideline tonight. Oh, and hello, gentlemen, to the best broadcast team in Arkansas. My picks to click are Drew Davis and Walter Hicks. And the little special shout-out from Gretchen. She wanted me to say hi to her mom, Walter's grandmother, listening in Spring Hill, Louisiana.
As Isaiah Gibson waves the flag in honor of the number one fan, Freddie Reinhardt, in Benton's first home game since his passing. Love that is going to be a part of the guys as they're going to plant that flag in the water cow down there, so it'll be right there on the sideline with them for the rest of the game. Terry, that's special.
That is special. Freddie would be very happy about that.
No doubt. Offensive key to victory, Terry.
Well, it's play clean. We struggled doing that in the Salt Bowl. I think I have a high confidence level that they're going to clean things up tonight, and it's going to be a different ball game.
And defensively, Dio.
Well, defensively, we need to set the tone early, play aggressive. North Little Rock is a team that I think if we can punch them in the mouth quickly, this is a team that has kind of had some bad luck, so it's one of those things they'll fold up pretty quick. So set the tone early, be aggressive.
Panthers sporting some sharp-looking new dark gray jerseys with big, easy-to-read wide numbers.
I was just about to say, and for these old eyes, I'm loving these new jerseys.
I might be for these all year long.
I mean, I can see clear. I mean, you can read 13, 3, 4, 24. You can read them all, across, all the way across. It's fantastic.
70 degrees at kickoff, wind blowing out of the north at 5 miles an hour, and Garrett Honeycutt has it teed up. Benton won the toss, elected to defer and defend the south end zone. Garrett Honeycutt's kick is going to drive John Tavius Jones to the goal line. He is going to return it to the 19-yard line, and that's where North Little Rock will put it in play. First down and 10. Starters for Benton defensively tonight. Owen Seals, Jay Alford, and Ty Mattia are the front three. The linebackers are Weston Monson, Walter Hicks, and Nick Wright. J. Thomas Peppers Spur. Landon Jackson, who had an 11-tackle Salt Bowl, is the bandit. The corners are Trey Stewart and O'Marcus King, and the free safety is Isaac Hill. So first down, North Little Rock. And their quarterback tonight, it looks like it's going to be Will Jones. Takes the snap. He's going to fake, roll to his right, looking for a man. Throws underneath, and it's batted down by Weston Monson. The rangy sophomore got a paw up and batted it down.
Yeah, Weston had 3 tackles last week, and you see right now why he's starting as a sophomore. He came in, got a little game time in the playoffs also as a 9th grader. And Panther defense are really excited about him at the outside linebacker position.
North Little Rock quarterback Will Jones, an all-conference baseball player at shortstop and catcher, hands off to John Tavius Jones, who slips before JTP could unload on him on at the 19, so it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Jay Thomas has kind of got that side locked down, don't you think, Dio?
Well, I mean, and I know he lost his footing there, but that's because Jay Thomas was forcing him back to the inside,
that's right.
And that's where all the help is. So, yeah, Jay Thomas got to kind of plan him right there, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. You got to set the tone early. When you hit somebody, hit them hard early. Don't let them get warmed up. Go ahead and take it to them.
So twins to each side as they split Jones out. Now they're going to bring him in motion, fake the fly sweep. Will Jones is going to air it out, and that ball's batted down by Trey Stewart as a pass intended for Gabriel Shavers incomplete, and it'll be a 3-and-out for North Little Rock.
Great defense
coverage
by Stewart. Yeah, sorry, Terry.
No, that's all right. Great coverage by Trey Stewart that time. Really had him worn like a glove, as they say.
Well, and he did a good job, too, timing his jump because he high-pointed the ball, really went after the ball, didn't run into the man, so you avoid that. That's one of the most frustrating penalties is when they get beat and they don't look back.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was about to say. And he looked back, because how many times have we had a bad penalty because they didn't turn their head?
Santonio Dacus, the H-back, will be the long snapper. Jack Copley, senior, will punt it away. Panther rush coming hard. Copley's kick is high and short and takes a huge Benton roll and is going to go for just 19 yards. Benton's going to have it at the 32-yard line, and now we see the offense for the first time tonight. The protection up front from left to right: Isaiah Gibson, Daniel Jordan, Garrett Pilkington, Parker Glaze, and Jackson Kendricks. The line: Drew Davis, the signal caller at quarterback. T.J. Williams gets a start at running back. Bronson Koulis is the H-back. Receivers are Maddox Davis, Will Carter, and Carson Collett. So 1st and 10, Panthers at the 32. Going to flare it out to Davis. Going to throw it to a wide-open Will Carter. One play, one touchdown. Panthers score 6-0 with 10:38 to go in the first quarter. And look at them celebrate to the Freddie sign.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Man, what a great play to start the offensive onslaught that it could be, because boy, he was wide open, Dio.
Well, they bit that one, hit hook, line, and sinker is what they did there, because he was You know, a lot of times they try to do that, and you still got to make a good pass. But that one right there he was wide open. How does that work on pick to click? Does Maddox get the touchdown pass?
Yeah,
sure does.
Gets the pass.
Nice.
Sure does. So Panthers strike early, up 7-0. And Rob Pepper, I don't think you could script a better beginning tonight.
Well, I think Terry said he wanted a fast start. Someone up there did, and we got a fast start. And Dio was already, it's early in the season, Dio's already trying to just farm for points versus pick to click.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, says the guy that took Drew Davis and Walter Hicks.
That was actually a sideline pick. Kaysen made those picks.
That's right. You know, when we sent that out, Kaysen didn't say anything about being in Oklahoma tonight, but boy, he got his picks in a hurry, Rob.
I think they were really good picks.
Yeah. you wouldn't have done anything different, would you?
Exactly.
So the Panthers on one play go 32 yards, score on a Maddox Davis to Will Carter 32-yard touchdown pass. And Garrett Honeycutt kicking off again, drills this one into the end zone for a touchback, and North Little Rock will put it in play. So fast start, Terry, check.
Yeah, that's exactly what you wanted, and a fast start on defense too. 3 and out, no yards gained. Really, really good start for the Panthers.
Man, I'm getting text messages from folks that aren't here but watching at home saying how cool is the flag and that tribute to Freddie on that touchdown. I don't think it's an accident Benton's going into the north end zone.
No, it's not an accident.
On their first possession. So let's see what North Little Rock does with their second possession. An empty gun, now Jones in motion. And Jontavius Jones is going to be pummeled by Isaac Hill and JTP. Walter Hicks getting over there as well at the 24. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Dale, when Walter Hicks runs around the side, man, he hits like a freight train.
Well, Walter Hicks hits like a freight train no matter where he comes from. He's just one of those guys that he doesn't stay blocked either.
Going to stack a receiver now, move him in motion. They're going to flip. And this is Tony Wilkins spinning out of a tackle up to the 34-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain in a North Little Rock first down.
Well, that's a great job by Wilkins, keeping his feet moving and bobbing and weaving through that scrum that was in the middle of the field. Great job getting downfield and getting a first down.
First down of the game goes to North Little Rock. They're going to hand it off to Jontavius Jones running left. And before he could get to the sideline, JTP with another tackle on the edge.
Dio, kind of feels like they're going to have to do some type of specialty plays on a regular basis, because when they run straight ahead, it seems like that Panther defense has got them smothered.
Well, even straight ahead, and right now you can tell they're trying to get the edge. They're trying to get a running back out in space and get to the outside, but the Panther defense is just too quick on the edges, and they're able to get them turned back to the inside where they've got lots of help.
Trips to the right. Antonio Dacus is the middle receiver. Now he goes in motion, the H-back. They're going to come back, look that way. Will Jones throw, and almost picked off by JTP. We're calling his name over and over and over in these opening 2 drives.
Well, that was one. I was watching those 2 defenders right there, because when I saw the quarterback looking, he was looking right in their direction. I thought he was throwing to the receiver that was actually up in front of him. Turned out he was throwing to one that I didn't even see coming. Almost made a bad mistake.
Cordell Payne is back in there at safety for the Panthers. O'Marcus on the near corner. Trey Stewart, who had a great pass breakup on the first drive. Cornerback to the far side of the field. 3rd down and 9, North Little Rock. Will Jones drops back, throws underneath. And what a tackle by Tyson Jordan of Simeon Trotter for a 1-yard gain. It's 4th and 8.
Wow, what a play. That was a great job.
Well, he read that one kind of the whole way. He was on his way there. Right when the ball was delivered, he was on him.
So Jack Copley back to punt for the second time in this first quarter. 8:29 remaining. Benton leading 7-0. Snap back to Copley. Panthers will bring the heavy rush. Elias Payne's going to field it at the 34 and unable to elude the oncoming North Little Rock coverage. And Benton will put it in play 1st and 10 at the 35. The final third Thursday of 2024 is next week, Thursday, September 19th. It's going to be Faith and Family Night with praise bands and speakers from the Fellowship of Christian and Athletes. The New Life Baptist Church Choir will also sing. So come celebrate what makes Benton so special. Food trucks, games, and activities for the children and whole family on the downtown square. First down, Drew Davis drops back to pass, eludes the pressure, throws short of Carson Collett. And though that was incomplete, Terry, I love seeing Carson Collett back out there.
Boy, I do too. And he's been injured, got injured 707 and is back. And hey, guys, I think that you may see kind of a big night out of Carson.
Good to see him back. I know he was just sick to not play in the Salt Bowl. So big night for Carson incoming. Second down and 10 as Maddox Davis goes in motion. Going to hand it off to the super sophomore Terry J. Williams. And he bursts in the secondary with a stiff arm all the way down to the North Little Rock 41.
Well, you weren't lying when you said that the coaches had talked about him having a good week in practice. That talk about a burst coming through the line. That's not something we saw. Braylon Russell was a totally different style of running back. That was not something that you saw, but he was 7 yards deep in their defensive backfield before they knew where the ball was.
TJ, 10 touchdowns last year for that undefeated freshman team. Drew Davis going to roll out, has a wide open Carson Collett who makes the catch. Finally going to be tackled all the way downfield by the nose man, Marcus Haynes, but not before Benton picks up 18 and a first down.
Boy, I love that play, Terry. He gets the Carson Collett, they take the wide receiver and run him down. He looks like he's going to run a deep play, and you get the defensive back to turn his hips away from Drew, and he can't see it, and then Collett stops, drops his hips, and comes back, and wide open.
Drew rolling to the right. Finds TJ Williams. Good catch, and he's down to the 10-yard line. And again, I'm going to tell you, Marcus Haynes is going full-on Mel Hegwood. That's 2 downfield tackles for the North Little Rock nose man.
I was wondering if I was the only one that noticed 65 was in on the last 2 tackles downfield. I thought that was maybe an anomaly.
Hat tip to him for the effort. Empty gun for Davis. Throws. Catch! Now Maddox drops it, and they're going to say incomplete.
Well, he almost hung on to that. He was trying to string that one along into the end zone.
Well, in that previous play, you saw TJ catching the ball out of the backfield. Now, I talked to Coach Ray, and he said that TJ's got some of the best hands for a running back that he's seen since the old favorite Brandon Hunter, who was exceptional out of the Benton's backfield.
High praise. Second down and 10 at the 11. Handed off to TJ, and TJ is down near the goal line. They're going to mark him just shy of a first down. It's going to be 3rd and inches inside the 2.
Well, this is a good opportunity here for the Panther offensive line to kind of take over and push that defensive line forward.
Got Glaze and Jordan. That's about 600 pounds of offensive guard. Going to throw it underneath. Koulis can't hold on to it in the open field, and now it's 4th down and goal at the 2.
Well, we tried to get fancy. Now it's time to just hand the ball off and get the ball in the end zone.
Amen. If I got 600 pounds of offensive guard,
just go.
With Garrett Pilkington right there, just power this thing in, guys. 4th down and 1. Panthers. 6:21 to go in the first quarter.
We're Wildcat. That's
Snap back to Maddox, and Maddox, boy, it depends. I think they may have marked him short. And it's going to go over on downs to North Little Rock. Credit the charging Wildcats with the goal line stand.
I say we take a little bit of blame for that, for the I think that was not taking their defense as seriously as we should have, probably thinking we had, the ability to get it in easily on fourth down if we needed to, and they stopped us.
Yeah, it was just a good defensive stand.
Yeah, guarantee you, though, we don't call those same plays. We get down there again. We go jumbo and run it in their, down their throats for 2 plays in a row and get it in there.
So first down following the turnover on downs for North Little Rock at their own 2-yard line. They made a change, put Corey Marshall
Ball's
in.
on the ground.
Ball comes loose. Marshall recovers the fumble, and he is not going to get out of the end zone. Now flags come in, and I'm afraid a face mask is going to wipe a safety off the board.
Well, we talked about playing clean. Let's hope that that's on North Little Rock.
It's the referee's visit.
Might get a hold.
Personal foul face mask. Not only is it against the Panthers, it's going to get them out of the shadow of the end zone on a 15-yarder, major penalty.
What should have been a safety, 2 points for the Panthers, ends up being a 15-yard gift to the Wildcats.
Wow, what a turn of events.
So that isn't the cleanest sequence when you can't score from the 2.
Well, you start fast and then you come out and you get a little muddy.
First down, and Mason Laster is going to hog tie Ezekielin Lewis, who carries for 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. North Little Rock huddles. Charging Wildcats trying to shorten the game. 2nd down and 9. It's Laster in there at nose man. Walter Hicks showing blitz. Corey Marshall is going to throw. Catch is made by Wilkins at the 24-yard line, so a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Really good tackle by Marcus King. Just coming up and make the stop. Keeps it to the 3rd down. Now the Panther defensive line, Dio, has got to get some disruption up front. Right now, they're not doing that.
Old traditional I formation, and Jontavius Jones is going to be wrapped up by Weston Monson. Short of the first down, it'll be 4th and 1.
Has a good job that time attacking the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you had all 3 linebackers at some point get their hands on that running back. Walter Hicks was in there, Jay Thomas Pepper was in there, and Monson kind of helped finish it off. That was good linebacker play right there because they all read it and hit him in the gap on the edge.
So 4th down and 1. Again, I formation. Flip it back to Jontavius Jones.
He didn't make it.
I don't think he got it, guys.
He didn't make it.
Boy, the defense played that.
Oh, they're going to give it to him.
Woo.
But how about the pursuit on the edge right there, Dio?
Well, and I couldn't tell who made that tackle. That was one I missed. I want to say that was.
It was about 6 of them.
There was 6 of them, but I definitely saw Owen Seals lay a lick.
So first down, North Little Rock at the 25-yard line. Corey Marshall in their quarterback. He's going to air it out for Wilkins and overshoots him as O'Marcus King was right in his hip pocket. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he tried a little double move right there, Terry, and O'Marcus wasn't fooled at all. O'Marcus, I don't know who taught him the trick, but he had his right hand on the inside hip of that receiver. When the receiver kind of went out to the right, O'Marcus didn't even have to look. He knew where he went because he could feel it.
Well, that was Coach Forte. I mean, that just like you were saying, that was excellent form. Stayed with the double move, never shook at all.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 for the charging Wildcats at their own 25-yard line. Bunch the receivers close to the line of scrimmage. Pitch is bobbled. It's a scramble for it back at the 19-yard line, and North Little Rock falls on it. and it'll be a loss of 6, 3rd and 16.
Well, now this is a situation that our defense needs to be in because North Little Rock is not a really good passing team, and so getting them in a 3rd and very long is a good scenario for us.
Well, definitely favorable for our pass rush because as when you get them into a passing down, you kind of know, what they're going to have to do. You can pin your ears back and go, as they're about to do.
Panthers showing all-out blitz here on 3rd and 16. Marshall drops back. He is pressured. He is going to be hit as he throws, and Trey Stewart had a chance at a pick. It got through his hands, incomplete, but a marker thrown back at the 16 by the line judge on the Benton sideline.
You'd think that'd be a holding where he threw that. You would hope so.
Illegal man downfield, I think.
An eligible man downfield is the call. Brad Harris will decline it, and it'll be 4th down and 16. North Little Rock will punt for the 3rd time in this first quarter. Panthers lead at 7-0. Jack Copley will kick. Maddox Davis stands back at the Benton 45-yard line to return it for the Panthers. First quarter brought to you by our friend Chad Slaughter and all the good folks at CTS Industrial Services. It's Copley's kick going to go out of bounds on the North Little Rock sideline, and they are going to mark it at the 33-yard line, so just a 14-yard punt. And now Benton set up Terry in great field position.
Yeah, did Landon Jackson get a little piece of that? It looked like, he was there. I thought he was going to get the block. And then with it only going 14 yards, I just wonder if he got a hand on it, Dio.
Well, I don't know. The first punt, the guy's net was a total of 12 yards, so I don't know. The punter may just not be that great. But he did look close to it.
So first down, Drew Davis looking left, throwing Maddox Davis, and it's broken up in the secondary by Levi Hatchett of North Little Rock. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he had good coverage. Now, Dio, he never turned his head.
No.
If Maddox jumps into him to catch that ball, that's probably pass interference, but he didn't, and good defensive coverage.
Well, he didn't really interfere with Maddox's ability to get to the ball because the guy didn't even know it was there.
First time we called Elias' name tonight as he takes a reverse to the near side, reaches the 28, a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, you're not going to arm tackle Elias. You're going to have to get those legs.
Drew Davis going to send Elias back in there. Bronson Koulis comes to the sideline. So you've got Collett, Davis, Payne, and Carter for Drew Davis. T.J. Williams also in the backfield. Ball on the near hash. Now they're going to empty the backfield. 4 receivers to the right. Now bring Williams in motion to the near side. An empty gun for Drew as he throws. Catch by Maddox. And Maddox is leveled by Davion Withers, but not before a first down. And now we've got a late flag comes in.
Yeah, that's going to get some pine time. That was helmet to helmet, and I'm afraid that is not going to work out well for North Little Rock.
Maddox was just going to head back in there. Well, buddy, you got your helmet knocked off. You got to come out at least one play.
Yeah.
So Maddox to the sideline. Super sophomore Bryson Griffiths checks in as we get a replay. And you see, oh, my word.
Yeah, he took a shot.
It's a definition of targeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So personal foul at the end of the play as Davis picked up 6 yards.
Yeah, but when you're the youngest brother of the Davis boys, you've been hit in the head a few times. You're good with that, you know.
Just typical day in the backyard growing up.
I'm gonna say, you know, he had to compete against some pretty good athletes growing up. So
first down at the 12. As Drew rolls to the right, throws for the corner, And the catch is made. They're going to say Elias was down at the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal. And can we order up a run right behind 600 pounds of offensive guard?
That would be great.
Scott would pass it right here. Wouldn't you, Scott? No, you'd run it.
1st and goal at the 1. And if we're running, Drew's the one running here. Now Maddox in motion. Going to flip it to Maddox, and my word.
Can we line up and run behind the tackle?
I think they're messing with you, Terry. I think Justin's up there laughing at you right now.
I think he's on the sideline going, I bet Benham's head's exploding.
Hey, Rob, can you slide down the sideline and call a run? Just signal it in to the quarterback with your hands.
You're closer to Coach Ray.
I'm just saying,
he's right down from you.
I'm just saying you need to go down there where they're throwing the play calls in and get your hands up and signal in a run play.
It looks like we've got a little penalty.
Penalty going to back the Panthers up.
And listen, I'm really joking. I'm not going to question the coach's play call. I mean, he knows what they've been doing in practice all week. I don't have a clue what they've been executing in practice. The plays he's calling are probably their best executed plays. So.
But we like having fun with Justin.
Absolutely.
Drew's going to throw to Maddox.
And we love it when he throws to my pick to click.
So
I think you and Justin are in cahoots.
I just text him. I got through. I said, throw to number 2 for crying out loud.
And it's ordered up as Maddox catches it in the end zone, and the Panthers go up 13-0 with 1:10 to go in the first quarter.
What a pass.
Garrett Honeycutt on for the extra point. Will Carter holds Kason Wright with a perfect snap. And Garrett boots it through with 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Benton 14, North Little Rock 0. And Rob, we've been up here sort of back and forth about the offensive package at the 1-yard line. But I want to talk about the defense a little bit. They have been solid through 3 possessions for North Little Rock tonight.
They really have. Our whole defensive crew has been solid. But I'm gonna tip my hat to the offensive and defensive lines. Salt Bowl now, we're seeing very clean, efficient blocking, opening lanes, protecting, and our defensive line is getting after it.
And the defense playing really fast tonight, getting to the edges. I like the speed and effort of the defense.
Yeah, it feels like they're playing loose and just having fun.
And it's always fun when you're winning. Benton up 14-0 with 1:10 to go in the first quarter as Garrett Honeycutt has it teed up and ready to kick off. There's lots taking effect here on the sun setting on a beautiful evening in Benton, Arkansas. Honeycutt's kick going to be caught by Jontavius Jones at the 5-yard line. He raises up the numbers, now bends it to the center of the field. He is going to break a tackle, my word. 3 Panthers couldn't get him down, and there goes Jontavius Jones up the sideline. Garrett Honeycutt with the hit of the night so far for the Panthers. The kicker saves a touchdown. North Little Rock's going to have it in Benton territory at the 47.
Boy, if that won't get you excited, Dio, on special teams, your kicker comes up and lays a hit like that.
I mean, the kickers always, that's they dream about that. Seriously, they sit around and think, man, I'm going to get a clean shot and be able to just take somebody's head off.
Did you get Garrett Honeycutt on the tackle chart there?
Now, I'm going to put him down for it.
Yeah, with a star.
Yeah, with a star, hit of the night.
I think the early candidate for special teamer of the week. He's been perfect on his extra points and has delivered the most impressive lick of the night so far. 1st and 10, North Little Rock at the Benton 47-yard line. It's the handoff this time. Another new back is in there. No, they moved their H back to running back that time as Dykus carried it For no gain, it'll be 2nd and 10.
Boy, Jay Thomas Peppers getting a lot of contact that time and just dove at the feet of the running back, and that was the perfect tackle.
So 2nd down and 10 as the first quarter clock down to 20 seconds and counting. 2 men in the backfield for Corey Marshall. He looks to the sideline. Going to drop back, pressured from Walter Hicks. Throws.
Is that picked off? Or was that?
Yeah, catch is made for North Little Rock.
How did he catch that?
Coming up with the catch was Trey McIntosh. And it's going to be a 9-yard gain, 3rd down and 1. First quarter has come to an end, and we'll take a break. After 1 quarter, it's Benton 14, North Little Rock nothing. You're watching Benton Panther football.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? When you work with Caitlin King, your Edward Jones financial advisor, she focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together to create a personalized financial strategy to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Caitlin today at 315-5488. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
CTS Services is an industrial service company providing vacuum truck services, high-pressure water blasting, and large roll-off dumpsters. CTS, in partnership with Recycle Saline, hosts a hazardous household waste drop-off once per quarter. CTS is always looking to add great members to our team. We offer competitive pay, health and retirement benefits, and great people to work with. CTS is proud sponsors of Benton Panther football. Give them a call at 501-778-4535. Welcome back to the Palace. Season opener tonight here at home. And the first quarter was all Benton Panthers, leading 14-0. As we open the second quarter, it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the charging Wildcats at the Benton 38-yard line. And we'll see what Clint Reed, the second-year coach of North Little Rock, has in store for the Benton defense. Reed 3-9 in his tenure at North Little Rock. They're going to hand it off to Big Dacus, and he is hit by Tyson Jordan in the hole for a loss of 1. What? Man, the Panthers are laying the lumber tonight, Terry.
Hey, how about Tyson Jordan? That's the second big hit that he's had on defense. Playing really, really strong, 6'1", 175-pound senior coming in and playing, showing a little depth to that depth chart.
Had 2 tackles in the Salt Bowl, 2 big tackles already here tonight on 4th down and 2. North Little Rock going to go for it. Snap clock at 6 and rolling. And some confusion by North Little Rock. And they are going to take a timeout. So it'll be 4th and 2 North Little Rock at the Benton 39-yard line, 11:15 to go in the second quarter. And the Panthers lead it 7-0. We've already told you the final third Thursday is coming up. Next week, it'll be Faith and Family Night downtown. On Saturday, September 21, it's the Saline River Canoe Race at Lyle Park. And I'm sure Dio will have his canoe ready to roll a week from tomorrow. There's a competitive division and a tandem solo division. You can search Saline River Canoe on social media for more information. And as always, the Farmers Market opens at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Local produce and crafts at the Farmers Market Pavilion. That runs through October.
Now, do they allow paddle boats in the canoe race, Jim? I would like to try one of the, the kind that you sit side by side with somebody and just kind of leisurely paddle. I'd like to do the Saline River like that sometime. One of the swan ones, that has the swan.
And Carrie?
Me and Carrie going down the Saline River.
We'll ask Mayor Farmer if y'all can enter next Saturday in your swan paddle boat. 4th down and 2, North Little Rock at the 39. Marshall takes a snap, drops back, looking for a receiver. Wilkins can't hold on to it as Trey Stewart was in coverage. And ball's going to go over on downs to the Panthers.
Yeah, they kind of just threw that one up for a jump ball. And
well, and he really, the receiver had all the opportunity in the world to come down with that. He high pointed it and then just didn't bring it in.
So Panthers take over at their own 39. First down and 10. Going to open the drive with Davis, Payne, and Koulis to the left. Will Carter, the lone receiver, to the short side. Drew Davis takes a snap, stands tall, looks, and fires for Koulis and overthrows him as it looked like Bronson had pulled up on his route. Drew overshoots him, incomplete, second down.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I saw. As I looked out and I went, he pulled up. I don't think he thought that he was going to get a shot at that ball and just gave up on the route.
Well, my first thought was Drew thought he was throwing to Elias and not Koulis, and thought, well, he can run under this. But Koulis is a different type receiver. He's that big body third down guy.
Going to hand it off to T.J. Williams, breaks a tackle, going to carry.
Man, what a run.
The North Little Rock nose man, that Haynes is everywhere. T.J. Williams, all 170 pounds, was carrying the big 250-pound nose man to the 46. A gain of 7, it's 3rd and 3.
Well, I came into this thinking if Garrett Pilkington could move him, that we were going to have a big night on the ground.
Parker Glaze pulls, lays a block. TJ's got the first down over the 50-yard line, down to the 48. That's a chain mover. First down, Panthers.
Speaking of Garrett Pilkington, how about him downfield making blocks past the first down marker?
Yeah, he was doing it well, and he almost, TJ tried to cut back, kind of ran right into him. He was trying to follow along and keep plowing the way, but TJ, man, he's got some lateral quickness.
First down, high snap, Drew pulls it down. He is pressured, and he is going to be sacked all the way back into Panther territory as DeMarcus Williams, the inside linebacker, shot out of a cannon, and that is a huge loss of 16 yards.
Well, that's just one of those situations where you have the perfect defense called for the perfect play. They were throwing a screen over to the left side, and North Little Rock came with a middle blitz and ran right to the quarterback.
Good play by DeMarcus Williams, 4.7 speed out of that middle linebacker position, and he showed it there. Nothing Drew could do on second down and 26. Panthers snap it again. High snap back to Drew. He pulls it down, throws to Will Carter, who makes a great catch at the 45-yard line. Gain of 9. It'll be 3rd and long.
Man, we talked about Will Carter in the pregame. He had 4 catches last week for 99 yards, 25 yards a carry, or 25 yards of reception, and you saw right there why they trust him so much.
I'm a big Will Carter fan. Well, and love seeing him show great hands here.
I mean, just sticky hands. That was thrown in some traffic, and he just reached up and snagged it.
So 3rd down and 17, Panthers at their own 45. Fake to TJ, throw to Elias on the slant, and it's a little wide, incomplete, and it'll be 4th and long.
Yeah, that was just a little off target because if he delivers that on target, Elias scores.
Yeah, Elias is going to go a long way if he catches that one on target.
So 4th down and 17. Brad Harris leaves the offense out there. We'll see if Drew steps back, punts this one away. He's going to send TJ in motion. Snap over Drew's head. He has to run back and fall on it on the 27. And the Panthers had 1st and 10 at the North Little Rock 48 and are going to give it over to North Little Rock at their own 27-yard line. That is disastrous.
That was not a good series, guys. That was not the kind of series that you really want to have.
Lost 16 yards on a sack and then 18 yards on the snap. 34 yards of losses there. So North Little Rock has it in great shape at the Benton 27. With 8:35 to go in the first half, Benton leading 14-0.
Well, this is still a ball game, fellas. Panthers are giving them every opportunity.
Will Jones back in there at quarterback. He fakes the Dykes, throws. That ball's picked off. And going the other way is JTP, and he's going to carry it all the way inside the North Little Rock 30. What a pick by Jay Thomas. What a run. And I want to take it right down to the sideline to Rob for a proud Papa moment.
How about that? How about that? He jumped the route. I love it.
And he showed some wheels. What are you talking about? I mean, it took a running back to chase him down, and he barely got him to the ground.
It was a little Stone Paul-esque.
Definitely Allison speed, right?
Exactly.
First down and 10, Benton at the 30 after the interception by JTP. And the Panthers are going to fake a run, going to throw to Maddox. Maddox looking for a block, and he's finally going to be hogtied by Travis Young at the 23-yard line. Good 7-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, it was, and great job of staying on his feet when he had the initial contact. Got behind some blockers, got a couple more yards.
First report after a quarter, Bryant leads Parkview 10-0, and now Benton leads North Little Rock 20-0 as Drew Davis laid it in perfectly to Carson Collett for a 23-yard touchdown.
Yeah, pretty pass, pretty catch. Woo. Just put it right on his outside. That's one of those balls that when you're running and the ball's coming right to left and you have to look over your left shoulder to catch it, that's a good, well-thrown ball because you know the defender can't get to that.
Yeah, there's no way to defend that pass.
No.
Cason Wright snaps, Will Carter holds, and Garrett, we got to give Honeycutt a nickname after that hit he leveled on that last kickoff. So y'all think nicknames for Honeycutt. Let's go back down to Rob. I got a feeling the mood on that Benton sideline is pretty upbeat.
Very upbeat, and y'all were talking about it. When things don't go your way, we didn't have the best offensive series. Come out and get a turnover on defense, quick strike on offense. That's the way you kind of flip the script on the other team.
Yeah, and a great job by Jay Thomas to get that interception. Kind of reminded me of Patrick Shipp on that first play at Greenwood in the semifinal game 2 years ago, jumping the route. He was able to take it the short distance to the end zone, but very similar play. Garrett Honeycutt's going to kick it off, and I tell you, the more I look at these uniforms, the more I have fallen in love with them. Those big white numbers, so easy to see after years of straining for that maroon number on the gray jersey. As Honeycutt kicks it off, going to be fielded at the 6-yard line, and the return going to be short of the 20 as Kadarian Kennedy on the return for North Little Rock. And down there on the tackle, Connor Stevens, as well as Antonio Shelton for Benton. Going to be first down North Little Rock at the 19.
Well, this could be a big. There was 7:50 left in the first half. This could be a big series for the Panther defense if they're really trying to exert themselves in the first half.
Well, that was some great momentum right there that the Panthers just turned around, and let's see. I mean, when you come out on defense after you just did a pick, well, it wasn't a pick six, but it turned into 6 points. This defense is going to be motivated. I think we see a similar type series, maybe not an interception, but another 3 and out here.
So Will Jones hands it off, and that's Ezekiel Lewis carrying the football. Mason Laster having a nice game so far at nose man. Isaac Hill also in there on the tackle for the Panthers at the 23. Gain of 4, second down and 6. It's a pistol set. Jones going to roll to his left. He's pressured. He's going to be sacked by Weston Monson.
How about the sophomore getting back there and getting his first sack?
All the way back at the 13-yard line. A loss, well, they're going to mark it at the 14, loss of 9, and it'll be 3rd down and 15.
Great pressure that time, and way to wrap him up and get the sack. Good job by pursuit by the rest of the Panther defense as well. It looks like we've got somebody shaking up.
That's
Could
Will
be the
Jones.
quarterback.
Yeah, Will Jones, the North Little Rock quarterback, is
maybe cramping.
Taking a seat on the turf back at the 7-yard line after that sack from Weston Monson. And that's a name you're going to hear a lot over the next 3 years. The 6'3", 175-pound sophomore. He led the freshmen in tackles last year with 58, including 13 tackles for loss. And a very rangy guy that can cover in space, Terry. We saw him bat down the first play of the game for North Little Rock. Just very gifted athlete.
Yeah, and elevated on that. It's one thing to be running in coverage, but also be able to elevate and knock a pass down shows that athleticism.
Carson Conyers, Dominic Roy, and Mason Laster. The defensive line for this 3rd down play. You see Nick Wright, Walter Hicks out there as the linebackers. Panthers going with an extra DB as Tyson Jordan is in there. Trey Stewart, O'Marcus King, Cordell Payne, and Isaac Hill.
False start.
Panthers showing blitz off the right side of the defensive line, and a false start's going to back North Little Rock up as they were forced to go back to Corey Marshall at quarterback. And it'll be 3rd and 20 back at the 9.
Well, 3rd and 20 is not where this Wildcat offense wants to be.
No, it is not.
And certainly not without their starting quarterback.
So they're going to go power to the left in a pistol set. Here comes Walter Hicks on the blitz. Marshall drops back. He's going to throw on the run. And Trey Stewart and Tony Wilkins kind of hand fighting over there, and a flag thrown by the back judge at the 45-yard line.
Well, these guys have got to they've got to get their head turned around, and they've got to not make contact downfield. I mean, they're going to call that.
Well, and was that even? I mean, was that receiver even? Well, they didn't really even have a chance to catch it. Not saying the flag shouldn't have been thrown. I'm just saying, should the defender have not have just let him go, just run with him? It was over both of their heads. It seemed like.
To your point, there and look, there was a lot of hand checking downfield too,
by both parties.
Yeah, by both players. But the defensive guy is going to lose that argument every time.
And they called defensive holding on Trey Stewart. So that's not the
automatic first down.
No, not in high school. And it's just a 10-yard penalty, so it's going to put it at the 19 and leave North Little Rock with 3rd and 11. Empty gun for Marshall. Now he's going to bring John Tavius Jones into the backfield. Going to hand it off to him on a misdirection. And looked like North Little Rock tried to take something out of Bryant's playbook there and get Benton on the misdirection. And Benton wise to it as Tyson Jordan in there on the tackle.
There's Tyson Jordan again. He's having one of his best games tonight.
4th down and 6, North Little Rock. 5:50 and counting in the second quarter. Benton leads at 21-0. Stick around for the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. We're going to give you the sights and sounds of the Palace tonight at halftime with the Benton dance team performance as well as the Benton marching band performance. And a chance to feature those young people on the halftime show this evening. So whistle blows the play dead as North Little Rock's going to take a timeout with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Appreciate Leanne and the crew at Pasta J's for feeding the Panthers tonight. They are the game sponsor this week. Pasta J's for your event catering, private events on Sundays at the restaurant, and kids eat free 50% off when you dine in on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And I got to go to a wonderful wedding reception this summer for Braden Roberts and Gabby, his new wife, and Pasta J's catered that out in at Roseberry Farm.
Yeah.
Just a magnificent setting and a wonderful meal.
Well, I'll tell you what, they catered me tonight, and that was pretty good salad and pasta.
Yeah, fed the whole team, and I tell you, the guys liked Pasta J so much last year that Coach Harris went back 2 or 3 times for Pasta J's because the guys liked it so much. So appreciate Leanne and her crew, and boy, if you want a pasta lunch someday, drop into Pasta J's on Green Street near Sonic, across from Office Depot. They got some wonderful lunch specials, as Copley's punt is going to be fielded by Davis at the 43, and Maddox is going to return it into North Little Rock territory down to the 41-yard line. That's a 16-yard return to set Benton up at the North Little Rock 41.
Speaking of food, you know what I missed today, Dio?
Riverside.
I missed Riverside. You know, when your work day just gets in the way of having breakfast or lunch at Riverside on game day, there's just something wrong with it.
Just doesn't feel right, huh?
Well, I had some golf get in the way of my work day today, which also impeded my ability to get Riverside. But, you know, it was supporting a good cause, so I played.
First down and 10 Panthers at the charging Wildcat 41. Drew going to swing it out to Electric Elias. A flag is going to be thrown, and I think one of the receivers is going to get hit with a hold on the edge as Elias scooted out of bounds at the 32-yard line. They're going to drop the flag at the 35, so that'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and Benton will have it first and 14 at the 45.
Yep. Well, starting off this drive with a penalty, Dio, and now we're going to have, you know, first and, 14? First and 14.
And Henry has made it.
He's made it. I get to get off the tackle duty.
Nobody happier than Dio right now.
I'm telling you.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Good to see you. How are the stairs?
Old offensive guard. Is Drew's pass a little behind Maddox at the 30, incomplete. It'll be second and 14.
Yeah, a little bit behind him that time. He need a little more pepper on that one.
Yep.
Need a little more steam in the engine.
Well, it almost looked like Maddox thought he may be able to reach back and one-hand that like it was baseball.
Second down and 14, 5:01 to go in the first half. Benton leads at 21-0. Going to hand it off to Maddox. Maddox reverses his field, gets a block from Drew. They're going to call the softest of blindside blocks on Drew Davis as Maddox is going to scamper to the end zone. But I'm afraid that one's coming back.
That was
just a little shoulder bump.
It's going to come back because he turned his shoulder on the inside just before he got hit, and that is such a terrible call.
You'd figure behind the line of scrimmage they should give you a little bit of a break.
That is just awful.
It's Big Parker out there trying to throw a block.
So watch.
Dink.
I mean, come on, guys.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'd like to walk out there and give that white hat a piece of my mind. That's just aggravating to me. Now, let me tell you something, buddy.
That's just terrible.
Second down and 24. After the penalty boost, Benton back to their own 45-yard line.
Well, Terry, I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that. He was lined up completely in the neutral zone.
Drew throws downfield to Maddox. Incomplete as Jeff Mayweather was with him step for step, and it's going to be third and long now, 3rd and 24 for Benton.
So one of the things that I'm kind of seeing us do a lot, Dio, is we're really looking for the home run.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
Unnecessarily, we're looking for the home run, and we just need to get to executing. And if we just execute our offense, we'll be just fine.
Luther Tucker in there in the backfield now on 3rd down and 24. Drew going to throw and overthrow Luther. And so a choppy sequence that time for Benton with a touchdown called back and then 3 incompletions. And Benton's going to have to punt it away on 4th and 24.
Well, this first half started off great, and it has not been clean since then. Penalties.
Dawson Daves, the sophomore, in to punt. Had a 36-yard punt in the Salt Bowl. Connor Stevens is the snapper. And that ball's blocked. And it is picked up and returned to the end zone for a North Little Rock score as Travis Young took it to the end zone. And special teams undoes the Panthers right there on the blocked punt return for a touchdown.
Well, D.O., we don't have to be up for a pizza now.
Nope, we don't have to worry about a pizza, but the Panthers need to worry about letting North Little Rock sneak back into this game because we're just playing sloppy. We're not playing efficient or clean at all.
Boy, I'd love to see some wind sprints at halftime. I mean, right now that sideline needs to wake up because they are not playing.
Copley to kick, and his extra point is going to sneak over the crossbar. And with 4:25 now to go until halftime, North Little Rock has cut the Benton lead to 21-7. And Rob, those special teams, sometimes you take them for granted. It bites Benton that time.
Yeah, North Little Rock, I mean, they normally have a lot of speed, and that was a lot of speed coming off the edge to get to our punt.
Well, I'll tell you this, Coach Harris is not happy.
And it just feels to me like that passing game has not found any rhythm tonight.
None, and we've been behind, overthrown, dropping balls, just not looking like our normal self, that's for sure.
Well, if you think back to last year, we hit a lot of deep passes, we hit a lot of middle passes, we hit a lot of short passes, but they were all just executing. And it seems like tonight we're really trying to go for the knockout punch almost on every play, and missing the opportunity to just execute a good long drive or a fast electric score.
Yeah, we're forcing the ball.
So Jack Copley will kick off for North Little Rock. Kicking toward the north end zone. Marcus King and Elias Payne. The dual threats to take it all the way back there to return for the Panthers. Marcus stands at the 10, Elias at the 6. Copley is not going to have any part of it as he pooches it. It's fielded at the 25-yard line, and returning it is Bryson Griffiths to the 28, and that's where the Panthers will put it in play. First down and 10 with 4:21 to go in the first half. And, boy, you'd like to see an efficient drive to the end zone here.
Yeah. I'd like to see that offensive line just take over and march us down the field.
So the Panthers going to huddle on first down. Drew Davis calls the play. That offensive line breaks the huddle. Got big Isaiah Gibson and Daniel Jordan on the left side of that line. Pilkington still in at center. Glaze and Kendricks on the right side of the line. Going to hand it off to Luther. Tucker is going to carry to the 33-yard line. Marcus Haynes
now,
on the tackle.
You establish that, and you get that going, and then you can run some play action. But you got to keep running the ball. You got to keep them honest, and we really haven't. It's like one series we decide we're going to run, and then the next we decide we're going to pass.
Drew pressured, sets up the screen. Luther Tucker with the catch.
There's our boy.
Marcus Haynes. I'm telling you, I'm giving him the North Little Rock defensive MVP right now.
Let's go ahead and declare it. He gets it. He gets the hustle. He gets the hustle Dundee Award for sure.
The Mel Hegwood Hustle Award. First down and 10.
The
Panthers
hustle
at the 41. A night that Mel Hegwood lives in infamy. Now going to empty the backfield. Drew looks to his left, throws. Catch is made by Maddox. Gets some good blocking on the edge, and he's going to scamper into North Little Rock territory down to the 36. But again, flag thrown by the flag-happy back judge at the 37, and he's going to pick it up, move the flag, and that's got to be a hold.
Well, the way Maddox spun around, I thought maybe that flag was a face mask, but looks like they're bringing the Panthers back. Wow.
Mark it off from the North Little Rock 42, moves the Panthers back to their own 48.
They called Elias Payne for a hold, or no, I'm sorry. They're calling Koulis for a hold. The spin around was actually on the shoulder pad, so it wasn't a face mask.
As Brad Harris is going to take a timeout. Let's take it with him, Jonathan. Benton leads 21-7, 3:12 to go in the first half.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is now open in the newly remodeled Cornerstone downtown building, formerly the Benton State Bank building at 146 West South Street. Merchants and Farmers Bank is a community bank with local ownership and local decision-making. Merchants and Farmers provides all the big bank products, but with a small bank friendliness. It's a banking experience you once enjoyed that is back in Benton at Merchants and Farmers Bank. Also conveniently located in Bryant at Highway 5 and Spring Hill Road. Stop by for a visit or give them a call at 501-443-6533.
So it's first down and 3 Panthers following the penalty. Throw it out to Elias. He's got blockers. TJ gets a block, and Elias is going to be tackled from behind by Davion Withers at the 34-yard line. That is a gain of 18 and a Benton first down.
Boy, when Elias gets out there in open space, you feel like that he could score every single time that he gets that scenario.
Boy, it's different looking at this field with this black track instead of the maroon.
Drew throws to Maddox through his arms, incomplete. Yeah, for those that may not have noticed, Dio, we had the track resurfaced this summer.
Looks good. Makes it look all nice and new.
The orange is gone. The black and gray is here. It definitely matches better.
Yes.
Second down and 10. Panthers, and actually they're going to mark off 5 yards against North Little Rock, so it'll be first down and 5.
Yeah, I didn't see the call. I apologize.
Yeah, we were all admiring the new track surface.
I was just trying to throw you. I was trying to distract you all. I don't know why. No reason.
You did a good job of it. It's going to flip it to Maddox. And the convoy is out there. Maddox turned it back up, and Jeff Merriweather dumped him at the 24, but that should be good enough for a Benton first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the North Little Rock defenders are celebrating. I mean, they did allow the first down right there, but give them credit. They got him to the ground. It's saying something.
So first down and 10 at the 24, 2:38 to go in the first half. Benton trying to add to a 21-7 lead. Davis brings Koulis in motion. Going to hand it off to TJ running right. Boy, just ripping off yards on the ground at will. As TJ carries it down to the 18. Travis Young, who blocked the punt and scored for North Little Rock on that tackle.
Well, that defensive line's given up 40 pounds a man, and the second level's given up 100, Dio.
Yeah. Well,
is Drew going to lob it up for Collett, incomplete. Collett goes rolling into that new track surface.
It is. Luckily, it's a little softer than the old one. It's not as scrapey. I don't know what other word, but if you land face first on it like I did in track, you're not going to obliterate your face.
Not as scrapey.
Yeah, it's not as scrapey. That's official Benton football vernacular.
Motion Williams out of the backfield. Drew going to look that way, and we've got a whistle, and Brad Harris takes a timeout. We'll take it with him. Minute 56 to go in the first half. Benton up 21-7. You're watching Benton Panther football.
Needing to sell your house or looking for your dream home, Scott Cobb and his team at Trim and Ball Real Estate will make it happen. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Scott will guide you every step of the way. Scott has been selling real estate in Saline County and beyond since 1996. He prides himself in building a relationship with his clients and caring for them like family. He knows the market, he knows the neighborhoods, and more importantly, he knows what it takes to get you the best deal. Give Scott a call today at 501-351-2622. Truman Ball Real Estate, where you're more than just a transaction.
So the Panther offense over visiting with Brad Harris. Good shot of the moon there.
Beautiful night.
It is.
There it is.
See it?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah. And our camera crew, our production crew's the best. So 3rd down and 3, Panthers out of the timeout. Maddox Davis in the sidecar with Drew in the backfield, going to throw for Maddox, and he had to let go of that one maybe a little sooner than he wanted to, as Travis Young applying the pressure, and it'll be 4th and 4.
Well, now you got to go for it because
you can kick a field.
You could kick a field goal.
They're going to go for it, but he's uncovered. Maddox Davis is uncovered.
And now he is North Little Rock. So we got an offside, though, I believe, coming on North Little Rock. Is Drew able to get him to jump, and that should be a Benton first down.
Well, they missed it the first time that they did it. Dio and I saw it, and then he was able to get back before he got called with it. But
yeah, not that
these
time.
last 2 times, he's lined up in the same offside position and unfortunately for him, gotten caught both times, and that's going to result in a Benton first down.
Down to the 13-yard line, 1st and 10 Panthers. Is Bronson Koulis going to line up as a tight end on the left side of that offensive line? So you got Jordan Gibson and Bronson over there, a lot of power on the left side. They're going to hand it off to TJ. Look at the Red Sea part as TJ in the end zone. It works from 13 yards out, and it's a glorious side as Benton goes up 27-7.
That's what we've been talking about, Terry. That's what we've been wanting to see right there, because when you're getting that many yards, I mean, we really have been getting big chunks, 5, 6, 8-yard runs.
Well, it's the size differential. If that offensive line is firing off, that is going to be there all night long. It's just physics.
Yeah.
Perfect snap again from Cason Wright. Good hold by Will Carter, and Honeycutt boots it through, and it's now 28-7 Panthers with 1:47 to go until halftime.
Well, I've got to start working on these quadratic equations because Terry's busting out physics on me over here.
Part of the deal is, such a great play, and it just illustrates how good that offensive line is. I mean, you've got guys there with a lot of experience. The only one that really hasn't seen a lot of snaps is Jackson Kendricks. And the rest of those guys saw a ton of snaps last year. So you basically have got 4 starters coming back on that offensive line, and they really looked the part on that last drive.
Maybe we could get my buddy Jeff Roberts, who's an engineer, up here, and he could be our physics guru.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's what made me decide not to be an engineer. Is I found out it took 4 years of calculus, and I was like, I don't want to have any part of that.
Numbers?
And then I do math for a living, but none of the numbers I deal with have letters. There's no math problems with letters in it. See?
It's Honeycutt's kick fielded at the goal line by Kennedy, and he is going to return it to a wall of gray at the 15-yard line. And that's where North Little Rock will put it in play, first down and 10. Monson getting up from the bottom of the pile.
Well, and Jay Thomas was in there. He was the first one to make contact. That's what I love to see is you got Monson and Jay Thomas Pepper, Will Carter out there, 3 starters, offense and defense, all down there making plays on special teams, putting in the work.
So first down and 10, North Little Rock, a minute 38 to go in the first half. Benton leading 28-7, and it's good to see Will Jones back in there at quarterback. We saw him go out a little hobbled a series ago, but he's back in, going to hand it off to John Tavius Jones on the jet sweep. Ooh. And Antonio Shelton, who is not on my spotter board, with the tackle, number 43.
Well, now Antonio Shelton was the one that turned it back in. He's the one that got out there. Now, he may have made the tackle too, but he also did a phenomenal job of getting upfield and cutting off that run. And
that's exactly right.
And, I mean, when he cut it off, he had a whole host of defenders there, and the running back had nowhere to really go. That was a fantastic job.
All right, we need Walter to do something now that Henry's up here. As Jones drops back, sails it over the head of his intended receiver. That was intended for Simeon Trotter, and we've got a flag back where Will Jones let that one go, and maybe a roughing the passer.
Yeah, they're going to get Owen Seals for a roughing the passer. I didn't see it. I saw the flag in the air and the guy going down on his back end.
So 15 yards going to be assessed against Benton for roughing the passer, and it'll be first down North Little Rock as that'll move it to the 26.
We got to be getting close to about 60, 70 yards in penalties this half.
Well, this second quarter has taken forever, it seems like. The first quarter went by really quickly, but this has dragged on a little bit here with the penalties at the end.
So first down and 10, North Little Rock following the roughing the passer penalty at the 26-yard line. Empty gun for Jones. Now he's going to bring Jones in motion. Going to set up the screen to John Tavius, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 25-yard line. As
Dominic Roy making the tackle on that one.
Yeah,
97.
That was excellent defense. They had that covered up, and
he did a good job staying to the outside. I mean, he's the end over there, and he stayed at home and protected his area.
We got Davis squared. They got Jones squared.
Do that? Yeah, they do.
Will Jones at quarterback, John Tavius Jones at running back. 3 receivers set as the clock nears 0 here in the first half. Quick pass, and Trey Stewart, Johnny, on the spot to make the tackle of Carson Brister at the 31-yard line. Gain of 6, 3rd and 5. Jones hurries, throws, again intended for Brister. It's going to be incomplete as Stewart again with him step for step as the first half clock expires and the teams go to the locker room with the Panthers leading 28-7 over North Little Rock in tonight's home opener here at the Palace. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the Panther dance team performance and the band performance of tonight's halftime. Benton leads at 28-7 at halftime.
Needing to sell your house or looking for your dream home, Scott Cobb and his team at Trim and Ball Real Estate will make it happen. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Scott will guide you every step of the way. Scott has been selling real estate in Saline County and beyond since 1996. He prides himself in building a relationship with his clients and caring for them like family. He knows the market, he knows the neighborhoods, and more importantly, he knows what it takes to get you the best deal. Give Scott a call today at 501-351-2622. Truman Ball Real Estate, where you're more than just a transaction.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
And second lieutenant Sophie Ray. The Pep Steppers are coached by Denasia Cunnington.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's exciting performance by the Pride of Benton, the Benton High School Marching Band. Our show is inspired by Dr. Seuss's beloved book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. A heartwarming story about embracing life's journey, facing challenges, and exploring the endless possibilities that lie ahead. To bring this journey to life, we perform Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka, the soaring themes from How to Train Your Dragon, and the beautiful ballad, One Day I'll Fly Away from Moulin Rouge. Sit back and enjoy as the Pride of Benton takes you on a musical adventure. Oh, the places we'll go together.
Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
True Gentleman and True Boutique are Saline County's premier shopping destinations. No matter the occasion, let us help you find your style. From the beach to the golf course, the office, or even a special night out, come check out our huge selection of merchandise. We even provide suit and tuxedo rentals. Located in downtown Benton in front of the Farmers Market Pavilion, it would be our pleasure to serve you. We are proud of our Benton Panthers and wish them luck this season. Go Panthers!
Hey, this is Miranda Kirkendall, and I'm the owner of Solux Aesthetics. We're a med spa right here in the heart of downtown Benton. We pride ourselves on having advanced aesthetic injectors, a certified licensed esthetician, and we promise you the most comfortable and fun environment in town. Our address is 149 South Market Street. Our phone number is 501-249-4177, or you can check us out on our website at www.soluxar.com, or you can check us out on our social media sites on Facebook and Instagram.
Great performances by the Benton Dance Team and the Benton Band tonight at halftime on the Hamilton Family Dentistry Halftime Show. Panthers lead North Little Rock 28-7, and while that score may sound comfortable, it was a little choppy all through that first half. As we punch up the Caitlin King, Edward Jones by the numbers stat update, score actually 28-7. But Dio, your first thoughts there on the stats?
Well, you know, it jumps out at you. You see Benton with the 14 first downs versus North Little Rock's 4 first downs. But the part that bothers me the most is the fact that we've only got 12 carries for 45 yards, and I feel like we've really kind of, 182 yards through the air. That's fantastic numbers, but we saw on that last possession kind of what the running game could do if they would let it get going. So I want to see this second half them establish that running game a little bit more. Really, you know, just because I don't think North Little Rock has stopped it yet fully.
One quick caveat. T.J. Williams has 64 yards rushing. Remember, there was a 16-yard sack and an 18-yard snap over a punter's head that comes off the rush yardage.
So it's a little bit better numbers than I thought. Now, the Benton defense really showing up big there. 13 rushes for 3 total yards, 25 yards of passing, only 28 yards of total offense. And really the only score that they've got is a defensive score, is the punt block, or the punt return. So defense doing a lights-out job tonight.
Yeah, you see also, you know, Panthers 7 penalties for 82 yards in the first half. Obviously, that stalled a few of these drives, or otherwise the Panthers might even be looking at a mercy rule situation right now.
Defense held North Little Rock to 0 of 7 third down conversions. Benton defense through 6 quarters this year has allowed just 6 of 21 attempts on third down. So defense has done a good job getting off the field early in the season.
They have done. They did a great job last week against Bryant. They did a good well until they didn't. And really that was more the offense's fault, giving the ball back to him last week. But this week they've done a really good job. Actually been put in some pretty tough positions, and done a good job tonight. So defense playing well.
Some individual numbers for the Panthers. TJ Williams leads in the ground game, 6 carries, 64 yards. Drew Davis was 11 of 22 passing for 150 yards in the first half. Leading receiver for the Panthers, Maddox Davis, 5 catches, 60 yards. Carson Collett had 2 catches for 41 yards. Rob Pepper is waiting on Brad Harris to make his way over in his direction for our Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime interview with the head Panther. Benton leads at 28-7 tonight. Quick update from War Memorial. Bryant leads Parkview 17-10 at halftime.
Is Coach Harris down there? Is that Gavin Wells he's down there talking to?
It is.
I thought that was Gavin Wells. I can tell by the way he walked. He looks a little bigger now than he did in high school. He's not fat. He ain't got an ounce of fat on him, but.
Well, I tell you, from behind, he and Maddox Davis now with Maddox's haircut.
Look almost identical.
Yeah, as Coach Harris makes his way over to Rob Pepper.
Coach Harris, probably not the cleanest first half. A lot of penalties, didn't have a good rhythm. But we still got 28 points on the board. Yeah. So what was the message at halftime?
Well, I think I've said this before. When you're up 28-7 and you're mad about it, that's a problem sometimes, But, I think defensively we're playing really good right now. I think we're flying to the football. We're making plays. They don't have very many yards at all. I like how we're playing that. Our mentality's right. Offensively, we're just not executing real well. And then we've had a couple busts on special teams with the kickoff return and the punt. We just missed there. The thing that we got to clean up, though, we got a couple of stupid penalties. We have the quarterback. We hit him late here. Then we have him for a safety possibly down here, and we grab his face mask. We got to be smarter than that. Little things like that is what I look at during this time to try to get corrected, from a defensive standpoint, special teams. But offensively, man, we're just not in rhythm right now. We got to get Drew going, receivers going. Our offensive line missed a couple blocks. They're bringing some pressures, but they're athletic. We knew they would be athletic. They're not North Little Rock of old, but they're still North Little Rock. They got some dudes out there, and we're going to have to play well the second half. Going to try to get it going here.
Yep, we get the ball before it starts second half. That's a good thing.
All right, thanks
Coach.
All right, Rob, you're down there with a great view of the action. What are you hoping to see here in the second half?
Well, I think it's the same thing y'all been talking about. I would like to see us just come out and, just have a slow, steady, run, establish the run first, make them start creeping up in the box, and then take your shots just to get everyone a little bit more confidence on offense. It just seems like the coach said, they're just a little bit out of rhythm. And eliminate the penalties for sure.
Yeah. Terry?
Yeah, I would echo the same. The thing that really sets up that deep pass is when you can establish that run game. You remember last year we had the top running back in the state, and everyone cheated up towards the line of scrimmage, and it just made it real easy to hit them over the top. And I'd love to see a little more of the running game, especially when you've got a running back there that's getting 10 yards a carry.
Yeah. Well, and obviously, there's some things that we haven't been super on target in the passing game tonight. And that's not normal. Well, if you've got something that's not working for you as well as you want it to, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to keep trying to do it. You got a running back that's getting 10 yards a carry on average. So feed that kid the rock some more, and let's see what happens there. So hopefully we'll see a little more. That was a very balanced drive. The last series that we had was very balanced run pass. So hopefully they kind of stick with that game plan, because that seems to get us in a better rhythm.
So the Panthers have their choice here in the second half and will receive as halftime clock still ticking down 45 seconds before we get things underway here in the third quarter. Third quarter tonight will be brought to you by Neo Home Lending. And Dio, why don't you tell us about Neo?
Well, so I'm a little disappointed in myself. I found out that Matt can't run the commercial. We were out here, me and Preston Madison, so we've got a former Benton Panther on the team now. He's been with me now since last year, and Anyway, we were out here filming a commercial, but I screwed up and didn't give Matt the right permissions to access it, so we don't get to see Preston's acting debut. But no, I've been in the mortgage business, Jim, for 20 years, and here in serving in my hometown, and I love Benton, and that's what we want to do, and that's why we've got Preston Madison and Nathan Chamblee. Both are local guys, live here in Benton, and we want to serve our community. So that's what we're all about.
Had the honor of performing Nathan and Lucy's wedding.
Did you really?
Yeah, absolutely. So awesome guy to be working with.
Yes, we got some good guys. That's two good character hires.
So if somebody wants to inquire about a Neo home loan, how would they do so?
They just have to go to neobenton.com. Easy as that.
This kickoff going to be fielded by T.J. Williams, and he's just going to return it to the 37-yard line, and we are ready to go in this third quarter, brought to you by Neo Home Loans. Is the Neo by Dio thing? Or
see, I was going to say, I didn't do that. Was not on purpose. We are not. It's not Dio at Neo. It is Dio at Neo. I'm going to have to get a shirt made. I know it. Dio at Neo.
So first down Panthers, see what adjustments were made at halftime as T.J. Williams going to get the first carry, and there's a flag before he can get started, and a false start against the Panthers will back him up 5. So right out of the chute, little choppy.
Well, and he was running the ball. I was happy. I was excited. He was planning on running the ball.
So 1st and 15 following the false start. Going to put TJ on the left side. Now trying to get the 5 yards back with a hard count. Drew looks to the sideline, gets the signal from Randy Shaw. It's Cooper Priest behind Coach Shaw holding the board. Look at there. T.J. Williams on the catch. Stiff arming down the sideline and finally wrestling him out of bounds as Jeff Mayweather, the free safety, at the 21-yard line. But boy, T.J. can go in the run game and the pass game.
Well, you saw those hands that we talked about earlier. And, Dio, I think he could have outrun him down the sidelines there.
47-yard gain as Drew's going to throw for Elias, and he sails it over his head in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have turned back and been hand fighting with the defender, he may have had enough speed to just go ahead and leave him, but wanted to stay upright, and he did.
Well, Drew that time throwing a perfect pass to the sideline, except it was the soccer sideline.
It was the soccer sideline, and it was to a 8'4" Elias, who is not 8'4".
2nd down, give to TJ.
And he's gone.
That was easy as the right side of that offensive line just collapsed. North Little Rock, Jackson Kendricks, Parker Glaze opening a hole, and TJ went untouched to the end zone, and the Panthers go up 34-7.
Man, what a job by that right side of the offensive line. I mean, there was just nobody after that second level.
I mean, nobody. He waltzed in. I could have ran that ball in.
Aaron Honeycutt's PAT is good. Panthers up 35-7. Rob, some former Panthers down there on sideline?
Yep, there I am. Yeah, I think we've got Gavin Wells and a few others down here checking out the action.
You need to, Gavin is one of these guys that wore number 2, kind of a favored number. You need to grab Gavin and get him on the microphone for us.
I think we can probably do that.
I mean,
yeah.
Drew Harris was the first number 2 that I really remember.
Yeah, Drew kind of got this thing started, and then Gavin came behind him, and then Cameron Harris, and then Braylon Russell, and now Maddox Davis.
Yeah.
So a number of honor to wear. Henry Hicks did not wear number 2. They don't give that to offensive guards, unfortunately. 55? 79? Oh, man. memories fading as the Panthers go onside kick. 28. Landon Jackson's diving attempt came up empty. Flag thrown for a kick out of bounds, and North Little Rock will have possession where it went out of bounds at the 42.
Well, it was a great effort trying to keep that ball from going out of bounds. Landon just laid out for it.
It needed to get that one little, you want that little nose pop to get it to jump in the air, and it never kind of, and that usually slows it down enough that you can get to it, but just stayed too low.
Actually, 5 yards assessed from the spot it went out of bounds, so it'll be first down and 10 for the Charging Wildcats at the 47. Look like Coach Harris trying to go for the mercy rule jugular right out of the chute here in the second half. It's Panthers showing blitz, snap back to Will Jones, hand off to John Tavius Jones, and Walter with the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 4. It'll be second and 14.
And what speed.
Boy, he shot through there like, I mean, he ran him down from behind, didn't he, Terry?
Yeah, he blew through the line of scrimmage and then just ran him down from behind. Great form tackle around the thighs. Gets him to the ground in the backfield.
He ran like a gazelle. Actually, he looked more like a cheetah bringing down a gazelle.
You know, there's foot speed and there's football speed. Walter Hicks has football speed, boys. Second down is Will Jones is going to run into the waiting arms of Weston Monson at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be third and 10.
Well, Jones had an idea, but it was a bad idea. Weston Monson was sitting there waiting on him, and now they're looking at a long 3rd and 13.
At their own 44-yard line is Panther defense up there waiting on him. Ty Mattia, Jay Alford, Owen Seals up front. Wright, Pepper, and Hicks all showing blitz. Here come the Panthers, unabated to the quarterback, and Will Jones threw it just to save his life.
Literally. He got rid of that ball. I think he actually threw just to the first open space he saw, because I don't really think he even had time to see his receiver.
Yeah, candidly, I think the last person that wanted to be around that football was Will Jones.
Yeah. Hot potato.
So North Little Rock going to punt it away with Jack Copley standing at his own 29. Maddox Davis back to receive for the Panthers at the 26-yard line of Benton.
Something happened.
Whistled by the
That's going to be another 5 yards on Benton.
Near side linesman. And Terry's eyes betrayed him. It's a false start on North Little Rock to back him up 5.
Well,
I think you saw our reaction to their false start, because it all happened at once, it looked like, but
so back him up 5, 4th down. North Little Rock going to punt it away. Snap back to Copley. He kicks, Maddox retreats, fields it at the 25's, got a wall to the near side. Maddox at midfield. Maddox eludes Copley, trying to pull his best Garrett Honeycutt, and Maddox is going to be out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 41, so Benton going to have a short field to work with, up 28, and trying to get this into the sportsmanship rule.
Yeah, Maddox is mad. He was trying to tightrope. He missed the tackle, and he was trying to tightrope up the side there and just stepped out.
34-yard return for Maddox. And it's first down and 10 Panthers at the North Little Rock 41. Going to throw that short side screen right through the hands of Elias.
That's a little unnatural.
Yeah. But we've been doing that all night. Just concentration drops and stuff, it seems like.
So second down and 10 Panthers. As Collett comes to the near side, Maddox, Elias, and Bronson Koulis to the far side. T.J. Williams aligns off the right hip of Drew Davis. Panthers going to go with the power run. And there goes TJ ripping off 10-plus yards down to the 27. I tell you, TJ's yard per carry average is going to be through the roof tonight.
Well, I mean, he's an impressive-looking back, certainly for a sophomore, Dio.
I'm telling you, that's what excites me. I mean, he's not a big back.
5'9", 175 pounds.
That's bigger than he looks from up here.
Drews throws short of Elias Payne. Second down and 10. It's DeMarcus Williams in coverage for North Little Rock. Been impressed with him tonight.
Well, the rush is getting to Drew a little bit, and Drew's throwing a lot off of his back foot as he's backpedaling, and so he's short hopping some of those passes. But if you're going to miss on a short or medium range, you want to miss short.
Yes.
North Little Rock showed blitz. Drew backed out, resets the play call for the offense. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. That's where Drew's going for Collin, who makes the catch. And they're going to say he's out of bounds at the inch line. He hit the pylon.
Yeah.
I'm glad they gave him the catch. I mean, it's not the NFL. You don't have to complete it through the ground, but
we'll see it here on the replay. And you see he catches that, and
he did. He put his foot.
I think
out.
that was a great spot.
So here we go from the one. As Drew throws to Elias for the score.
We do not like it running the ball on the 1 yard line, do we?
We are allergic.
Well, I mean, I get it from the perspective of everybody, including the defense, would be expecting that, right? So let's throw it to the sideline. Kind of hard to argue with it when it works like that.
Honeycutt's extra point is good. And, well, we've got a flag thrown by the North Little Rock sideline linesman.
I'm gonna text those referees right now. Tell them let's stop all this.
Well, it's offside on North Little Rock. I'm sure Brad's going to decline it, and that'll give Benton a 35-point lead with 9:17 to go in the third quarter. Nope, we're going to re-kick it.
What? Why? What was the call?
It was offside, North Little Rock. I guess we're going to let Garrett have another shot at it, and he's just going to kick it to Corky's house. And that makes it 42-7 Panthers. So mercy rule activated for the remainder of the game. Rob, you got Gavin down there?
Got Gavin Wells here, guys. Gavin, tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
I am plumbing for Drain Wrap Plumbing.
Very nice, very nice. So taking a little bit of the action, what are you seeing out of our offense tonight?
Man, they're making plays, catching balls, moving the ball, looking pretty good, explosive. I like it. Like what I'm seeing.
Make you wish you were still out there?
Yeah, I know. I tried to suit up at halftime.
I figured
I figured he did too.
Does number 2 now, Maddox Davis, remind you a little bit of your style?
Yeah, man, open and play. You know,
absolutely.
Threw the touchdown, come out, caught one. I went up to him. I said, "All you need to do now is run one in. It's gonna be just like me."
The hat trick.
There you go. Appreciate you, Gavin.
Hey, ask him real quick who won the wrestling match between him and Coach Ray.
Who won the wrestling match between you and Coach Ray?
Coach Ray knows I win every time. Even if he catches me off guard, he can't stand a chance. Too slow, too old.
I'm going to be sure y'all flag the tapes for Coach Ray on that.
We got it. We marked the tape.
Thank you, Gavin. Appreciate you.
So from illegal use of tuba to Coach Ray's too old and too slow. Some memorable lines in the first 2 weeks.
Well, we're the football broadcast and comedy crew.
So the clock's running with Benton up 42-7. And Corey Marshall going to be in there at quarterback for North Little Rock. Ezekiel and Lewis running back in the pistol. Marshall going to fire out quickly, and he throws wide of Simeon Trotter, his intended receiver. Trey Stewart in coverage for the Panthers as Connor Stevens is going to check in and replace Nick Wright on that Benton defense. 2nd down and 10, and kind of expect to see Coach Harris begin to get some of those second-teamers in there with the 5-score lead.
Yeah, get some extra work in for some of these guys. And
Marshall drops back, airs it out, and just overthrew Tony Wilkins, who had gotten behind O'Marcus King. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 10, and the Panthers were a whisker from giving up a big touchdown.
Boy, when O'Marcus gets back to the film room and looks at this play, that's going to be as attractive as a duck-billed platypus.
he took that play off, is what he did. Did you know the duck-billed platypus actually has fangs and can bite you that they have venom?
Well, that's why I don't play with them.
When I found that out, I thought, that's terrible. I mean, it's such a cute little furry little creature, yet it's got a fang and toxic venom. Terrible.
Whistle, stoppage of play and a timeout going to be called with 7:23. We'll take it with them. Benton leads 42-7. You're watching Benton Panther football.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
All right, back at nice shot at the pylon that we thought Carson Collett kicked for a touchdown earlier, but he had just stepped out. It's 3rd down and 10 for North Little Rock as Marshall throws under pressure. Incomplete, like the pressure being applied there by Alford and Munson, and it'll be 4th and 10.
Boy, it was a lot of pressure. And look, as you kind of look into the crystal ball about this team, Dio, and the long-range view of how the offense executes, if they can ever get to the point where they really execute, I mean, man, this can be a really quick scoring offense against the rest of this schedule.
Well, they executed well against Bryant for whatever reason tonight. I don't know if it's just kind of a lackadaisical – that's almost what it seems like, is that we're playing lackadaisically, just kind of going through the motions. I think that on the defensive line, I think they are getting more penetration than maybe Drew Davis expected or whatever, because I have noticed that his throws have been, just a little bit off. And there may still be, he had 4 interceptions against Bryant. He only had 2 the entire year last year. So there's probably – a little bit of that subconscious hesitancy from him too.
Yeah.
Not to just gun one in there, and that'll fix over time.
Luther Tucker now getting a few snaps in the backfield as Panthers lead at 42-7. Good news from War Memorial. Bryant leads Parkview 24-10. Go Hornets. Trips to the wide side, 2 receivers to the near side. Collett makes the catch. And he is going to be tackled by Carlos Zamora and Jalen Jones into North Little Rock territory at the 46, a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, Preston just texted me and reminded me that Tariq Bogard was the original number 2.
That's right. That's right.
Who had the legendary score in the playoffs.
Oh, Tariq.
Thank you, Preston.
Drew looks left, now goes back right, sets up the tunnel screen to Elias. Elias breaks a tackle, going to get a block from Luther, and Elias finally going to be hog-tied by Travis Young down at the 22-yard line, but Benton on the move again. That's a gain of 24.
Boy, great downfield block by Luther Strange. He sprung another 10 yards to that reception.
First down and 10, Panthers just outside the red zone at the 22-yard line. Now we got a stoppage of play, and our favorite charging Wildcat, Marcus Haynes, going to the sideline, and he'll be replaced by John Christopher on that charging Wildcat defensive line.
Equipment malfunction, it appeared. Looks like a hot blitz there coming from those linebackers.
Panthers changing the play. Tucker and Davis in the backfield with Drew now. Motion to an empty gun, trips to the short side of the field. It's Drew going to throw under pressure, hit as he threw, and that ball going to be intercepted in the end zone. Is going up high to pick that one off was Levi Hatchett, and it'll go over to North Little Rock.
Well, that was an ill-advised throw because he threw it again off his back foot and just kind of tossed it up in the air. I mean, he had a defender in his face, which is what caused him to do it, and I know what he was thinking. But the problem is he just threw it up there into double coverage, and you just can't do that.
Well, when you hang the ball up like that, I mean, those defensive backs are going to be jumping at that like Cookie Monster on a sugar cookie.
Okay, so first I wanted to give some I feel like I misled our audience a little bit, but because of the duckbill platypus and the fangs. And I was mistaken. When I said fangs, I was correct, but they have hollow fangs in their back hind legs, so it's not their mouth. But you still do have to worry about them because they are venomous. There you go, people.
What do they bite you with their feet?
No, they kick you. They have hollow fangs in their heels, kind of like a rooster. It doesn't have now. Those spurs don't have venom, but duckbill platypus apparently does.
Boy, this is going
Meanwhile,
downhill.
back to football. Jack Johnson just made his first tackle of the night. I want to call his name.
Yes.
I don't want to miss that.
No, we don't need to. He's way more important than a duckbill platypus. Oh, that was it. Now that was a hit right there by Jay Thomas.
Yeah, that was a JTP pop.
Wow. Big time hit.
I mean, I have learned more about animal anatomy tonight than I ever dreamed coming up here. But
watch this hit.
Boom.
He just goes the other way instantly. Guarantee you that guy would have preferred to get kicked by a duckbill platypus. Take that hit. I guarantee you that.
Carson Connor's mixing it up in there, too.
He's going to be a dandy sophomore. Wearing number 42 at defensive end. Weston Monson gets an arm up. Tony Wilkins had come free behind Javion Laws. Flag came down. Laws able to get him out of bounds, but a flag back at the North Little Rock 48-yard line.
Yeah,
Let's see what the call is.
I was watching the backfield and did not see.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're calling here.
Got two flags down.
Well, let's see if we can see it on the replay here.
20
see
yards
the defender. Is this a defensive call or is this against the? Probably a defensive.
Yeah, it looks
hold.
like a defensive hold right there. He was beat and he was trying to hold him back, and
Poor Javion took the worst end of that hold as he wound up on the turf and allowed Wilkins to get way behind him. And Coach Harris said he was their most impressive threat in the pass game, a 5'11", 200-pound senior. He was their leading returning receiver from last year with 23 catches, 315 yards. And he's going to get credited with a big gain all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he's got some speed. We've seen him get deep several times tonight, and he's been open several times, but the quarterback hadn't been able to deliver the ball.
59 yards on that reception, and it'll be first down and 10 for North Little Rock at the Benton 15-yard line. See if the Panther defense can stiffen here as they go with the reverse to Wilkins. He's got a lane and going to carry it down inside the 5-yard line as a 18-man scrum concludes that play and move the chains. First and goal, North Little Rock. Henry, who'd you give the tackle to there with that mass of humanity? We'll give it to Mason Laster. First and goal, North Little Rock at the 5. Marshall hit as he throws by Monson. Boy, Weston's done a good job getting pressure.
Yeah, he has. He does a good job of getting off his block, and I think he's so tall and he's got those long limbs that you're able to get separation. And when you can get separation laterally, that's what gives you that space. Combine that with a little bit of speed, and boom, he gets around him.
So North Little Rock's going to let the third quarter clock expire. We've got 12 minutes to play tonight here at the Palace, and the home opener is going to be a happy one as Benton leads at 42-7 over North Little Rock. We'll take a break, come back with the final quarter of Benton Panther football.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
Jones Heat and Air got a message from our good buddy Daniel Turbofield before the game tonight. He's one of those guys that does a great job keeping everybody's heat and air going, and maybe caught a little break the last few days with the comfortable temperatures. Marshall on second down, going to drop back, throw. Wilkins makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, North Little Rock. And Trey Stewart and Wilkins mix it up, and I'm afraid Trey's going to get hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct with the push. And look at Walter over there being a good leader. Goes and grabs his teammate, trying to pull him away from the fray. Keep in mind, Trey Stewart played at North Little Rock last year, so don't know what the rivalry is between those two former teammates.
Well, and Wilkins has been on this drive by itself, has pretty much done it almost, completely alone. And you can tell he's one of the better athletes on that North Little Rock team. They're doing a good job getting the ball to him and featuring him on that series.
You kind of think that as much as he's been to the offense, because candidly, he's been the entire offense, I would be finding ways to get him the ball a lot in the early parts of the game. Even if you have to line him up in different, he's 200 pounds, he could certainly be running the ball.
Well, I was about to say they ran that, little reverse over here with him from the wide receiver position. That's exactly, get that guy the ball.
Copley's extra point's going to be blocked. I believe that was O'Marcus got in there.
Well, it was Bob. The snap was dropped and bobbled, and then no real chance at getting that kicked over the.
But hey, look, 8 quarters into the season for North Little Rock, their first offensive touchdown.
Yeah.
Because their first score tonight came on that blocked punt return. They were shut out against Rogers, so You know, when Wilkins being, Terry, the bulk of that drive for the
the bulk of it. And I think what you'll see is that Wilkins on that drive, when we look back at the end of the game, Wilkins on that drive had more offense than the entire North Little Rock offense prior to that drive.
Yeah, the 159-yard catch alone, very significant. As the clock continues to roll here in this fourth quarter, Benton leads at 42-13, the sportsmanship rule in effect. And so after getting out of the Salt Bowl about 11:45 2 weeks ago, we're at 9:07.
Nice.
And 9:07 on the clock.
I like that, Jim. I mean, I won't be at home in time for bedtime at 9:30. You know, Grandpa over here has got to go to bed pretty early.
Got to be up in time to get to the farmer's market at 7 in the morning, right?
Well, that's just 2 short blocks away. That's the beauty.
Yeah. Walk down there and load up on...
I get goat soap.
All the good Saline County produce and crafts as the onside kick is going to be fielded and cradled very well over there by Cordy Anderson. We saw Cordy have a lot of time at receiver in the Salt Bowl. He makes the onside kick recovery, and so with the clock rolling, Benton needs to bleed off 8 minutes here tonight, and maybe see some fresh faces. I see Bryson Griffiths in there at receiver. Looks like Q's going to get a carry. And look at that offensive line just totally reset as Q barrels inside the 35, down to the 32. Terry, I know you like that play.
Oh, yeah, man. I love the ability to run the football. And, boy, that offensive line is firing off and standing tall.
Just totally reset the line of scrimmage. Eli Cunningham is in there on that offensive line. At left guard, they're going to hand it back off to Quentin Godley, and Q going to carry for a couple of yards that time down to the 30. Second down and 8.
Another good job by that line of scrimmage. Big number 65 found a way to get in the way that time and slowed the play up a little bit.
Talon Cox credited with the tackle.
Boy, they've got the coverage that they want. Keep an eye on Collett.
Second down and 8. Panthers at the 30. High snap. Drew going to have to throw under duress, and it's at the feet of Quentin Godley, who can't haul it in. Madison Hurd is going to check in at left tackle, and Isaiah Gibson, after a good night, going to come to the sideline.
I think we should run the ball more.
Third down and 8. Panthers at the charging Wildcat 30. Drew's going to throw for Collett, who makes the catch. Davian Withers going to make the tackle at the 18-yard line, but the Panthers pick up 12 and move the chains first down.
Good job that time by Collett, getting on the inside there and boxing out the cornerback, keeping the ball in front of him.
So first down, Benton at the 18. Benton in the red zone, comfortably ahead, 42-13. 5:20 to go. Hand it off to Godley, running left. Tell you, Big Parker trying to get out there on the pull, and Q kind of outran him. And going to pick up yardage down to the 16 as DeMarcus Williams on the stop for North Little Rock.
Well, all credit to Q. there was nowhere to run on that play. And he was able to slide through a little crease that time, Dio, and at least get some positive yardage.
Yeah, Q's got this. It's like he's got an eyeball on the side of his head because he sees a hole. He'll be running left, and he'll see a hole downfield, kind of off in where your peripheral vision would be, and just he knows how to cut to it. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, it doesn't matter his peripheral vision.
No, not that time.
North Little Rock able to swarm him for a loss back to the 19 as DeMarcus Williams, Raymond Hunter, and Travis Young combine on the tackle. And Jason Gentry going to sub out on that offensive line as Seth Ochoa get a snap at right tackle.
Brody James coming in, the sophomore coming in at that left guard spot. Excited to see him get some playing time, and Caleb Johnson coming in.
Yeah, at center.
At center. So
future's bright with those young offensive linemen. And this time, DeMarcus Williams, again, he's had a nice series at middle linebacker for North Little Rock, makes the stop of Q back at the 20, and on fourth down, Brad Harris going to send Garrett Honeycutt on. And I like this call. Ball in the center of the field. You're comfortably ahead. Let your senior kicker try a 37-yard field goal. Will Carter will hold. Cason Wright will snap it. Snap down, hold, and Garrett pushed it to the left. No good.
Well,
3 minutes and counting, Benton up 42-13, Ter.
That's something that's a little unusual. Honeycutt is usually dead on every time, and just missed that one. Pushed it a little to the left.
Told you we'd get you a volleyball update, and we're going to do it right now because we didn't get it at halftime. Coach Shoup's Lady Panther volleyballers are an unbeaten 6-0 in the season, 2-0 in conference action, including season opening week wins over Conway and Bryant. Bryant match is the lone match on the season that went more than 3 sets. Isabella Lagaman is averaging 4.3 aces per match. Parker Stearns averaging 13.8 kills per match. Evie Hendricks 3.5 blocks per match. Drew Hudspeth 32 assists per match, and Sarah Cooper 11 digs per match. The ladies will compete tomorrow in the Little Rock Christian Invitational Tournament, and will be back home on Thursday of this week to host Lake Hamilton. They've got a big road game at Lakeside on Tuesday, and then the Lady Wolves at home on Thursday. So, hey, 3-time state championship appearance, back-to-back state champions, right?
I mean,
get out and watch some Lady Panther volleyball.
And it is fun to watch, I'm telling you.
The athleticism, the speed of the game.
It really is exciting. It's one of those things where even if you don't know what's going on, you'll pick it up quick. And, yeah, it's impressive. It really is.
I wouldn't want to try to dig one of those serves out.
Heck no.
Yeah, just fearless, courageous, gutsy.
I'm going to tell you what I wouldn't want to do is go up and put my face in the way of one of those spikes that.
But Coach Shoup has built a powerhouse. Benton Lady Panther volleyball. So get out and support those young ladies.
One of my team members lives in Cabot. Her daughter plays volleyball and in a little league, and she says, yeah, you don't want to go play down in Benton. The Benton volleyball from the youth all the way up is just stellar.
And that's what it takes, building a program regardless of the sport.
Regardless. You're exactly right. I mean, we've seen what football, building an actual program out from, youth all the way up. Soccer has been much improved because of the youth soccer program here, so it starts young.
Let's see if Desmond Mack can get him a tackle here on the game's final play. Will Jones is going to throw, and he's going to throw incomplete as Cordell Payne came over in coverage. That pass intended for Gabriel Shavers. And Shavers down on the Benton sideline. as the clock is going to expire. Drew Harris over there to check on him, and that's it. Panthers have won it tonight over North Little Rock, 42-13, as the teams are going to shake hands. Coach Brad Harris and Clint Reed going to congratulate each other on a well-played ball game. We'll take a break, and we will come back with our Jones Heating and Air post-game show. We'll announce our Neo Home Lending offensive and defensive MVPs. Rob Pepper will visit with Brad Harris after tonight's 42-13 win for the Panthers over North Little Rock. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? When you work with Caitlin King, your Edward Jones financial advisor, she focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together to create a personalized financial strategy to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Caitlin today at 315-5488. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
CTS Services is an industrial service company providing vacuum truck services, high-pressure water blasting, and large roll-off dumpsters. CTS, in partnership with Recycle Saline, hosts a hazardous household waste drop-off once per quarter. CTS is always looking to add great members to our team. We offer competitive pay, health and retirement benefits, and great people to work with. CTS is proud sponsors of Benton Panther football. Give them a call at 501-778-4535. It is a happy palace as the Benton Panthers in the season home opener win at 42-13 over Class 7A North Little Rock. An update from War Memorial Stadium: after 3 quarters, the Bryant Hornets lead the Parkview Patriots 30-10. So looks like Big Blue is going to win the big game in the state tonight, and
makes Benton look even better.
Yeah, and I tell you, I like Quad Sanders.
Yeah,
and the guys over there. So really happy for the Hornets tonight as Benton wins at 42-13. Our Jones Heating and Air postgame show, and Rob Pepper has Brad Harris in his sights, and he's not going to let the newspaper people get to him first, right?
He's trying. He's hustling over there.
He
missed it.
Oh, Rob.
Rob, just be aggressive and take him. Go get him. The newspaper doesn't have a deadline.
We've got to get the field guys.
Look at that.
He saw Rob standing there and said, "I'm going here first."
That's our coach right there.
Sorry about that. Appreciate it. Hey, good non-conference win.
Yeah.
little bit of stuff to build on. Just your overall thoughts on the game.
Well, I kind of like I said at halftime, I like how we played defense tonight. I thought we swarmed the football really well, ran to it well. We had a couple busts on the back end, but I think we got better on the back end of our defense. Didn't we? Gave up one late, but that's where we got to continue to get better. Is on the back end. I really love how our box play runs. I love how our guys run to the football. We're really aggressive, and they showed that tonight. Against a team that's really athletic. Offensively, we got some work to do to clean up. You guys see that execution-wise. Last week against Bryant, we're turnover bound. Tonight, we're missing receivers, or we're not executing up front like we need to, and it's causing us to get pressure. So we got some stuff to clean up on. But we're going to get there. We always do. We will get there.
Run game looked really solid.
Yeah, I thought TJ had a good week. Okay, and Luther, we got to get him going on. Q there at the end. That's where our question mark is right now at running back is who's going to step up. Those three guys are kind of battling for that spot, and one of them has a good practice, and the next day the next one does. And we got to get more consistency out of that spot. But really like the steps that TJ took tonight.
Absolutely. O-line did a really good job too.
Yeah, but offensive line, I thought we played a little bit better in the second half, that first couple of drives. But we missed some blocking assignments on some screen games early, and that hurt us. It got some pressure in Drew's face, and we got to clean that stuff up.
Yep. Appreciate you, Coach Harris.
Jim, we got you the touchdown that you was asking for in the end zone with Freddie. Okay.
You did. You did, and a great celebration.
You, man.
And they ran out with a flag. The new flag.
Appreciate you, Rob.
Thanks.
Good job, Rob.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and Kaysen actually texted me and said, Rob's being just like me, letting those newspaper people win.
I'm a little slow coming out of the offseason, I guess.
That's what it is. We'll give you a pass this time, Pepper, but the next game, we need you on your A game.
I know, it was a little out of rhythm, I think all of us were a little out of rhythm tonight.
Yeah. So, Rob, your final thoughts from field level.
Energy was good on the sidelines. These guys, they were ready to play tonight. Some things didn't go their way. They didn't offense probably didn't execute like they wanted to, but still, we got a good non-conference win. We got stuff to build on. They'll get good tape, to coach them up for next week. I like going into Harding. Harding's gonna be a tough team. I've told Jim this. I'm a little concerned about that. We're gonna have to have our A game.
Yeah, Benton will have a depth advantage. But Harding is going to test that secondary like they've not been tested yet this year.
Yeah.
So it will be a fun non-conference matchup next week in Searcy. But before we get there, let's finish up here tonight as Benton wins at 42-13 as we continue the Jones Heating and Air Panther postgame show. And as we roundtable it here for a minute, guys, we got to pick out an offensive and defensive MVP. So, Terry, you're our offensive guy. Who stands out to you tonight?
Well, I will tell you this. It's a little self-serving because he was my pick. But, boy, it's hard to ignore the offensive impact that T.J. Williams he was given an opportunity tonight to start as a sophomore, and he stood as tall as Andre the Giant in that role. And I think that he contributed to the catch or to the passing game. He certainly contributed to the rushing attack with over 10 yards a carry, and it even had kick returns. So he had a stellar night in my opinion.
T.J. Williams is on the table. Dio, you got any objection with that? I think it's a good pick.
Well, I certainly don't. You can always look at Elias had an off night tonight. Carson Collett, see him there on the highlights catching a touchdown pass. He had a good night, his first night back. But just as far as most valuable player. T.J. Williams really, when it mattered, he showed up big, had that big catch on a third down conversion, 60-something yards receiving, 99 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Big night statistically. He was the statistical, I think, stat leader really from a running back perspective. So, I would say T.J. for sure.
Had 10 touches for 159 yards. 15.9 yards per touch is pretty solid for a running back.
That's extremely solid.
Not a bad debut.
Not at all. And 2 touchdowns. So our Neo home loan offensive player of the game tonight for the Panthers is T.J. Williams. and he will be a part of our great celebration at Lost Pizza on Tuesday night at 6:30. Want to invite you to come out and join us for Panther Live, and you can meet and find out more about TJ, one of the Benton Super Sophomores. Now we got to go to the other side of the football, and Dio, we'll start with you. Who's our defensive nominees tonight?
Well, and this does I get what Terry's saying about feeling self-serving, because I picked Jay Thomas Pepper for mine, but Jay Thomas, we called his name out multiple times in that first half. He had that big interception that really flipped the momentum back after we had kind of let North Little Rock hang in there. But just all in all, it seemed like he was always near the ball, really making plays, just kind of playing aggressive. That's what I picked up on tonight from him.
Well, I would agree with that. Weston Monson also had a fantastic game. I would certainly mention him. Probably his best night as a Benton Panther. But the interception, if nothing else, is the separator, because that was a really big play in this game.
It was.
And so I would agree with you. That would be my call as well.
Yeah.
Jay Thomas had that pivotal interception in the second quarter, and Panthers immediately turned it into points after the snap over the punter's head that set up North Little Rock at the 27. Jay Thomas picked it off, returned it all the way to the North Little Rock 30, and it took Benton just 2 plays to score on a pass to Maddox Davis, and then the touchdown pass to Poot Collett. So Carson did end up leading the offense in receiving yards tonight, 5 catches, 86 yards. But our Neo Home Loans defensive MVP tonight is going to be Jay Thomas Pepper. And, guys, can we give an honorable mention to Garrett Honeycutt, not just for being perfect on extra points and doing a good job on kickoffs, but he might have had the biggest lick of the game.
Garrett Honeycrunch.
Garrett Honeycrunch. There you go.
Crush.
So
there you go. Garrett Honeycrunch.
So we're going to figure out a way to get Garrett in there, and we'll let everybody vote on his nickname Tuesday night at Lost Pizza.
There we go.
Players of the game tonight, TJ Williams and Jay Thomas Pepper. And if you want to have a really enjoyable time on Tuesday evening at 6:30, come out to Lost Pizza. We're going to review tonight's game with Brad Harris, TJ Williams, Jay Thomas Pepper. And we also each week get to know 2 wonderful Benton Panther seniors. And all of that is streamed on the Benton Football Network on YouTube, but it's a whole lot more fun in person. And the food at Lost Pizza is
fantastic.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Look forward to that every Tuesday. Guys, we got to put a bow on this one. 15 consecutive regular season wins now here at the Palace. Panthers have done a good job of defending the home turf, and good to have that first one in the win column.
Well, it's good to be home. It's good to be playing at home. We get to go back on the road. This year, really favorable travel schedule, but it's good to come home and win a game that you're supposed to, the way that you're supposed to win it. Still have some solid areas that you can make some really good improvements in. I think Coach Harris, you come out and just absolutely dominate early in the season like that. It starts to be one of those things where, the team kind of takes a little bit easy a couple plays during practice. But when you have some adversity, when you have a few challenges and there's things like that, it's actually good for a team like this, to not be perfect, to come out and to struggle a little bit at times, because when we get to the Greenwoods and we get into that playoff time, it's going to be fierce competition again.
Yep. Ter?
Well, I think that the defense played solid. Given one drive that they gave up with some second stringers in, outside of that drive, they played lights out. And the offense has still got a lot of cleaning up to do. But, guys, anytime that you can come out and put up 42 points in kind of a sloppy outing, that's a really good sign for your offense for the rest of the season. The Panthers are 29-2 when they score more than 30 points a game. I mean, it's hard. If you've got an offense that can put up those kind of numbers, you're going to have a lot of success.
North Little Rock finished the night with 27 yards rushing on 21 carries. So the run defense was outstanding, 98 yards through the air on 8 of 22 passing. So just 125 yards.
We got Aaron over here breaking stuff. I think he was disappointed to find out about the duckbill platypus being venomous.
So just 125 total yards allowed tonight. That's a good PDC effort.
The defense played phenomenal. They really did.
So congratulations to the Panthers, 42-13 winners tonight over North Little Rock. Want to remind you again, Lost Pizza Tuesday night, 6:30. And if you need a football fix before then, go over to Bryant Stadium Monday night and watch a very good Benton 7th grade team against Bethel. 7th grade, that starts at 5 o'clock. Our next broadcast of Benton Panther football will come your way next Friday from First Security Stadium on the campus of Harding University when the Panthers take on the defending Class 4A state champion, the Harding Academy Wildcats. The Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show will begin at 6:30 with kickoff at 7 o'clock. What a great job tonight by our M&M Productions crew. Matt Johnson engineered and produced it. Jonathan Webb did a masterful job directing and running graphics and replay. Aaron Garrett was on audio. And thank you, Chase Bowden, Dallas Hall, and Tony Milner for an awesome job on the cameras. A big thank you to the Benton administration, including Athletic Director Scott Nethery, who set the press box air at 64 degrees and froze us out tonight. But his help and hospitality is always appreciated. For Terry Benham, for Henry Hicks, Rob Pepper, and Dio Vanucci, I'm Jim Gardner. Want to thank you so much for joining us tonight for Benton Fighting Panther football. And don't ever forget, it's always a great day to be a Benton Panther. Again, tonight's final score is Benton 42, North Little Rock 13. Until we greet you next Friday night from Searcy, good night, God bless, and go Benton.